Homeowners in the DFW, listen up. Have you ever considered owning your own power by going solar? Well, my name is Dylan Olson with Infinity Solar USA. We are a locally owned and operated company to the DFW. We've helped thousands of homeowners become their own power company by going solar. We take pride in providing an amazing solar experience. Thanks to Champion Sports Radio, we've created an exclusive discount just for you. To get a free solar savings report, go ahead and give us a call at 469-868-4164. Infinity Solar USA.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started. So let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Live and in living color once again at Buddy Eccles Field. It's homecoming, everybody's favorite time of the football year. And tonight, to wrap up pre-district, the Coppell Cowboys are back at home once again to take on the Bowie Volunteers of Arlington. Friends and family, welcome to the Energy Attic pregame show. Get your free Energy Attic audit by going to EnergyAttic.com. Don't adjust your dials. It is Dakota Burke here, introducing you to today's pregame. My partner, Tom Dewar, he's getting ready for vacation down in Florida. Shout out to Tom. He did help get prepared for this game. Oh, what would I be without him? I'd just be little old me. My broadcast partner tonight, David Zimmerman, he'll join me here in a second, filling in my role. Before we get on to him, let's go and recap a little bit about what happened last week. And what happened was a game was played, sort of. Last week, Coppell played against Waxahachie, and because of lightning, everybody's favorite thing to delay a game. Game started at 8:30. One half of football was played. The Lightning came back along with some heavy rain, and the game was canceled. So, by technicality, the game does not count. But later on here in the pregame show, I did talk to Coach Wiley about what he did see in that first half as Waxahachie, they were up 17-16 going into halftime before the rains came. He talked a little bit about what he liked and didn't like, and of course we'll talk about the opponent here, Bowie, tonight. And speaking of Bowie, they come into this game 1-1 with a win against a district opponent for Coppell at Flower Mound, and then last week a loss to Keller. They come in here 1-1 looking to get one more victory before we get the district season started. And for Coppell, technicality, they are 1-0. You put a little asterisk there if you want to because of last week. Cowboys are looking to get another win here, especially on homecoming of all days, so we'll have those festivities at halftime. But before we get all to that, we got to introduce my special broadcast partner tonight. This is a man who will cross you up on the hardwood floor. He's an SMU alum. Shout out to the Mustangs. Ladies and gentlemen, David Zimmerman is here joining me tonight. David, glad you can be here to fill in my shoes while I fill in other shoes.
Dakota, I'm always here for you.
Well,
I
thank
can
you.
only try to fill the shoes in, as I'm proud to be here in Coppell on a beautiful, a little hot.
It is a little warm.
Glad you brought up the SMU Mustang. You know, it's been a rough week. I know my partner Philip Kern was thrilled. We actually partook in that very sad ending to a great football game last weekend at Ford Stadium. But I'm really excited to be here with you, Dakota. I know that Tom and Philip decided they needed to skirt their responsibilities.
Yeah.
But we're lucky because we get to be together. And as the sun very slowly descends on us here in
Right in our
Coppell.
faces.
Right in our faces. I'm going to get a good tan, and I'm wearing my sunglasses, so I'm going to look like a raccoon by the end of the night. But this is really cool. You know, being out here, I'll tell you how I know it's football season. It's not the lights. No, Dakota, it's the inflatables. And I already see that the Coppell Cowboys inflatable is up, ready to go to work, and so are both of us tonight. Glad to be here with you.
Inflatables, bands, homecoming mums, oh my. There's going to be a lot of that and, of course, some action on the football field. And why don't we talk about that action? So last week, as mentioned, we'll call it a glorified scrimmage. Coppell and Waxahachie, it was a back and forth, couple special teams touchdowns that Coppell gave up, but their defense held strong. This Coppell team is very young, but they're 1-0, wink, wink, going up against a Bowie team that's 1-1. As a coach, because you have been a coach in the basketball scheme of things, so there's going to be some similarities there. When you're going up in your last pre-district matchup before a district game, as you as a coach, what are you telling your guys? What's the mentality before you get ready for a game like this tonight?
Yeah, I don't think it matters what sport you're talking about. As a coach, you are sitting here saying, okay, guys, this is our last dress rehearsal. Mm-hmm. This is the last time that not only do we as a team get to go out there and find our identity before district play, right? Identity is so important, Dakota. What kind of a team are you going to be going forward this season? But this is the last time that a lot of the guys, and you talked about Coppell being a very young football team, this is the last time that these young guys, especially the ones who might be second, third, fourth on the depth chart, have a chance in a game to get on that field and show their coaches with the film backing them up that they can be major contributors. And as we know in football more than anything else, Dakota, injuries are a massive part of the game. And your success, the majority of the time, at least for me, it's always about how good your depth is going forward. So a chance tonight to see guys who they're trying to slide up that depth chart, and for these top starters, they've got to get their act together. You don't want to see a lot of sloppy penalties tonight. You don't want to see a lot of procedure stuff. You really want to see clean, good, strong football, because next week, every single game matters.
That's exactly the point. And Coach Wiley told us at the beginning of the season, I asked him in our extended pregame conversation a couple weeks ago, what's the position battle look like? And he goes, everything's fluid. Everything's open. And I'm sure some of that is still reigning true as we get prepared for the final dress rehearsal, as David Zimmerman put it eloquently, here against the Bowie Volunteers of Arlington. Your game time to kick off, 22 minutes and 55 seconds. When we come back, we'll go ahead and catch up with Coach Wiley. Got the chance to talk to him before pregame and talk about what happened last week and what to expect this week against the Bowie Volunteers. You are watching the Energetic pregame show, Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network on the UT Southwestern Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network on Champion Sports.
Orthodontics is your leading Coppell orthodontist and has been serving the community for more than a decade. Bliss Orthodontics treats children and adults and can help you with braces, Invisalign, and even those affected by sleep apnea. Dr. Enow has more than 25 years of experience and has been named Best Orthodontist in North Texas by D Magazine. Bliss Orthodontics actively supports our local schools and sports teams, and they're a proud sponsor of Coppell Cowboys football. You can find them online at blissortho.com.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But whirly ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, whirly ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your whirly bug for a whirly ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Back here at Buddy Eccles Field, 19 minutes and 27 seconds and counting until we get kicked off here for the final pre-district matchup and for homecoming between the Cowboys and the Volunteers. You know, I got to talk to Coach Wiley a couple days ago getting ready for this game and do a brief look back at what happened against Waxahachie. Again, sure, the game doesn't count. But that doesn't mean there weren't things to focus on and things to learn from the short film that was there. So I talked to Coach Wiley about the things he liked and didn't like and what to do to prepare for this final matchup against the Volunteers. So here's Coach Wiley and mine's interview.
All right, Coach, thank you for joining us here on the pregame show for our weekly talks with you. Real quick, we'll just go through what we saw last week. Now, by technicality and kind of the way things shape up, that game will not count statistically, but there was football played for at least a half, and there were some things that we saw that we liked and probably things that need to be cleaned up a little bit. So just kind of tell me what you saw and what you liked and didn't like from last week's, I guess we can call it a glorified scrimmage, if you will.
Last week's competition, it was good for both teams that are involved. I've talked to Coach Tollison since then, and I think we both highlighted some areas where we both needed to improve. Ours being the major emphasis on special teams and not having the friendly fire, getting the penalties and things of that nature. We gave up 2 special teams touchdowns, and that's usually in a game like that of that magnitude against a team that's that talented. If you give up 2 special teams touchdowns, you're usually nowhere in the game. You're probably getting ran out of the stadium. So, I look back at that game and I think, I watched a group of young men. When I say young, I mean not necessarily all extremely young. We have some seniors, but when we talk about young, it's like young and experienced. Deal with some adversity and find ways to battle back and call back and make sure that keep us in a game that, statistically, when you give up, 2 special teams touchdowns, you're normally not in the game. And so hats off to our guys for continuing to fight and putting us in a position where we go in at half down by 1, even though we didn't get to finish the game. I think for a lot of it, we kind of controlled it.
Yeah, those special teams touchdowns, those could hurt. But I think that a lot of where your guys really stepped up, and you wanted to highlight some guys, that defense. I mean, they gave up less than 100 yards in that half to a team that on paper is dynamic offensively. They're a great team all around. but offensively they could be a dynamic group with a TCU committed quarterback and a Texas committed wide receiver, and they allowed less than 100 yards in that half. So tell me a little bit about what you like from that defense, because they really control things.
Man, what I like more than anything is their ability to just fly around and play with the level of passion and enthusiasm that it takes to be successful on a Friday night. I think the lights aren't too bright for them. You know, you see sometimes when you have a bunch of young guys who have never played on Friday night. I think we saw some of that week one with a lot of the mistakes and penalties that we had that help Saxon keep drives going. I think we've kind of minimized that. We were able to minimize that in the first half of last week's game, and we found ways to win the key downs, the third and fourth down situations. We won them for the most part. I think actually they won the only fourth down they went for. But at the end of the day, we found a way to be successful and get off the field. And if we can get off the field and get the ball back to our offense, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and focusing just a little bit offensively as well. I mean, you guys, it kind of looks the same as it was with Saxon. The offense looked really solid. I know Carter has a passing touchdown and rushing touchdown that won't count, and Jacob and Nene had a great catch for a touchdown against some pressure from Carter that, again, won't count, but it looks good on film. Talk a little bit about the offense and what you like from them. And for me, and I'm a little biased because as a big guy, I like to focus on the offensive line. I really feel like this offensive line has been doing a tremendous job of protecting Carter and allowing holes for him to run, and Jaden and McAfee and everybody. Talk a little bit about that offensive line, what you've liked from them so far this season.
Man, I mean, you got 5 new starters up there. You know, that says a lot when you're able to be productive offensively with 5 brand new guys up front. I can't say enough about the job that our offensive line coaches and my OC have done to make sure we put our kids in a position to be successful. Don't ask them to do things that they can't do yet. Kind of find what they do well and try to, build on that as we go through the season. I think, our offense has the potential to be really explosive, and I'm watching a bunch of young guys do it. You got a bunch of sophomores and juniors on the field, and so if we can continue to get better week in and week out and strive to be the best version of ourselves every week it needs to be a battle between Coppell and Coppell. What the other guys do on the other sideline, they're going to do what they do. We have to go out and try to make sure that we are the best version of Coppell we can put on the field every week. And I think if we continue to do that, I think you'll continue to see growth and you'll continue to see success.
Well, we get a chance to see that best version again this week, this Friday against Bowie. Last year, you guys played them in pre-district. Guys had a resounding victory this week. You go against them again. They are a 1-1 team, actually beating a district opponent in Flower Mound, so they have a win under their belt. Tell me a little bit about what you've seen on film from them and what you guys have focused on with Coach Sam's team and what you guys have been focusing on in practice.
They're a very dynamic ball club. I mean, offensively, they've got a lot of talent. Quarterback that's a big physical kid that can throw it around and athletic enough to get out of the pocket and make your life miserable. Really good receivers. Really good running back. O-line's, pretty good as well. They're a solid football team that is going to take our best effort to figure out a way to come out of here with a win on Friday night.
Well, sounds great. Appreciate the time with you, Coach, as always. And homecoming game as well, so a little bit of extra attention on that one. But I know that your focus is being 1-0, so we look forward to seeing another 1-0 from this team. Coach Wiley, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so that was my conversation with Coach Wiley, getting ready for this one here tonight. I was going to tell you how much longer we have till kickoff, but they took that away from me. You know what? We'll just say 18 minutes and give that an educated guess. But when we come back, we'll take a quick look at Arlington Bowie. I lied, 12 minutes and 12 and a half minutes. Boy, was I wrong. We'll come back. We'll take a quick look at Arlington Bowie and what their season has looked like so far. This is Coppell Cowboy Football here on Champion Sports and live streaming on Huddle.
For those with pure food indulgence, Anamiya's Tex-Mex is the place for you. Anamiya's uses the freshest ingredients in all dishes to offer you the best dining experience. Treat yourself to more than 50 menu choices from the classic to the creative Mexican dish. And not only is Anamiya's the best Mexican restaurant in Coppell, but they're also a top Dallas caterer. Located on the northwest corner of Denton Tap and Sandy Lake, remember, everyone goes home happy after eating Anamiya's. Anamiya's, where contemporary meets sabor. Online at anamiyas.com.
Are you looking for your young athlete to take the next step? Then check out Performance Course, the #1 training program in the country for school-age athletes. Performance Course is an unrivaled approach to progressively improving athletic ability. This unique course combines sound, proven strength and conditioning principles with the latest methodologies in a dynamic training environment to give your athlete a physical and mental advantage over the competition. Check out the available Coppell ISD-specific courses online by clicking on the Coppell logo at performancecourse.com.
Hey, yo, student section! I'm here with your boy, Cowboy Carl, and we need to tell you something. The Mix is a party that happens every Wednesday night at Fellowship Church for all students, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Follow @TheMixFC for all the details, and go Cowboys!
Homeowners in the DFW, listen up. Have you ever considered owning your own power by going solar? Well, my name is Dylan Olson with Infinity Solar USA. We are a locally owned and operated company to the DFW. We've helped thousands of homeowners become their own power company by going solar. We take pride in providing an amazing solar experience. Thanks to Champion Sports Radio, we've created an exclusive discount just for you. To get a free solar savings report, go ahead and give us a call at 469-868-4164. Infinity Solar USA.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Follow us on Twitter @Champion Sports, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/ChampionSportsRadio, or look for us on Instagram @ChampionSportsRadio. Tell us why your team will win this week. Share when your favorite athlete is named Player of the Week, or brag about what your school alumni are up to now. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports, Facebook.com/ChampionSportsRadio, and on Instagram @ChampionSportsRadio. Your home for championship social media.
Back here at Buddy Eccles Field, 9 minutes and 52 seconds left until kickoff. Real quick, we're going to take a look at Arlington Bowie and just kind of what their season has looked like so far. Starting off in week 1, they went up against a familiar opponent, Flower Mound, and they took them down 28-21 off 351 total yards. 295 of those were passing. They held Flower Mound to 280 yards, 163 passing, 117 rushing. Bowie did have 11 penalties for 104 yards and 3 turnovers, but that did not stop Jaden Bibbs. And we'll go over Jaden Bibbs because you're probably confused right now, me saying that name. We'll get to that in a second. But Jaden Bibbs, quarterback for Bowie, 18-31, 295 yards and 3 touchdowns. Barron Sampson, the Flower Mound counterpart, 18-30, 263 yards, 3 touchdowns. Rushing the ball, Denzel Ponder, you'll hear his name tonight, 18 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown for him. The big target was Maxwell Nichols, 7 catches for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. Don't be surprised if we say his name quite a bit as we get on. So far, he has 18 catches for 318 yards and 3 touchdowns. Ranked as the #1 wide receiver in DFW 6A already as it is. So the Coppell defense will have an interesting time going up against him tonight. Their second game was against Keller, a game that they lost only by 2 points, 38-36 final in that one. In that game, they had over 600 yards exactly of offense, 471 passing yards, 129 rushing yards. They did give up 194 rushing yards, so interesting to see how that goes. And for the second game in a row, had double-digit penalties, 10 penalties for 157 yards. Jaden Bibbs in that game, 28-39, 404 yards and 3 touchdowns. Denzel Ponder, once again, 18 carries, 107 yards and 1 touchdown. And then receiving-wise, it was a combination of Antonio Berto, 9 catches, 172 yards and a touchdown. Maxwell Nichols, 11 catches, $115 and a touchdown. And Deontay Tennyson, 6 catches, 89 yards and a touchdown. And Kiedrick Sunday Brown, 4 catches, 76 yards and a touchdown. So the offense was really clicking on all cylinders in that game. So, David, you hear those stats. This is a team that's got a lot of offense under their belt. They got some penalty questions. What stands out to you just briefly reading those stats off and hearing kind of how their season has gone so far?
A lot of talent. A lot of talent. There's no question that early in the season, defenses tend to struggle a little bit, right? You're not quite sure if the offensive coordinator is being a little more vanilla, holding things back for district play, what the play is. But let's remember, right, and it can affect the offense as well, but for the defense, you can practice all you want. To simulate the reps under the hot Texas sun is a very different story. So you expect to see a lot of cramping, right? Hopefully not as much as we hit this final dress rehearsal as we're talking about, Dakota, but This is an explosive offense for Bowie. Coppell on the other side has a very explosive offense as well. But I think that what I'm looking towards in this game is the experience on the defensive side of the ball for Coppell with the returning players they have on a team who did exceptionally well again against a Bowie team that is trying to find themselves. And I think that you have playmakers on both sides of the ball, but the question is going to be this early in the year, who steps up? You already mentioned it. Number one is the man they call Gibbs behind center. And that's something that Coppell has got to keep their eye on the entire game because he can beat you with both his arm and his legs.
Yeah, don't get confused. There's a Jaden Bibbs at quarterback for Bowie, and yes, there is the Jaden Bibbs at cornerback for Coppell. One spells his name Jayden. That's Jaden Bibbs on the Bowie side. Jaden is the cornerback for our side. So yes, there's a possibility that Jaden Bibbs could intercept Jaden Bibbs. That is
it's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
That is a real possibility. We're going to take a really short break, and when we come back, we're going to have a serious talk, and I'll just leave it at that. We'll be back here on the Coppell Cowboys football on UT Southwestern Coppell Cowboys broadcast network here on Champion Sports and live streaming on Huddle.
Coppell Cowboys, we want to personally invite you to join us this Sunday at Fellowship Church in Grapevine.
For over 3 decades, Pastor Ed Young and Fellowship Church have been creatively and boldly communicating the Bible.
For more information, visit fellowshipchurch.com and go Cowboys!
UT Southwestern is the proud sponsor of Coppell High School's First Responders Night. Along with its main campus in Dallas, UT Southwestern sees patients in Frisco, Richardson, Plano, the Park Cities, Las Colinas, Fort Worth, Redbird, and now open in Coppell. UT Southwestern is the #1 hospital in DFW, named by U.S. News and World Report. Thank you, first responders. Go Cowboys!
Welcome back here very quickly to Buddy Eccles Field here as the Cowboys take on the Volunteers here on Champion Sports and live streaming on Huddle. We're glad that you are joining us here. About 4 minutes and 15 seconds left until game time, and I want to have a serious discussion. This is not part of any script, and don't worry, we're not going to get political here. But I feel like today's an interesting day, and some things need to be discussed. A couple days ago, a man was killed at a university campus in front of a lot of students, and it was a tragedy. That same day, there was another school shooting that happened in Colorado. 24 years ago, yesterday, we had the darkest day probably in American history, 9/11. I was 8 years old at the time, so my memory's a little fuzzy on that, but, you know, some of you are younger, some of you are older to remember what that day was like. But I want to focus on September 12th, 2001. If there was ever a time where we as a people were united, it was probably that day. If you look back at the history books, you look back at biographies, documentaries, whatever you get your information from, the one thing that is common is that September 12th, 2001, people were united. Didn't matter who they believed in, what they believed in. It also didn't matter why they believed it. They just were united, one nation under God, just as our Pledge of Allegiance says. And I have a feeling that September 12th, 2001 America would be shocked at what September 12th, 2025 America looks like. We're a heavily divided nation. We have a lot of issues. Who we believe in and what we believe in becomes our personality for whatever reason. Here's my challenge tonight. As we get ready for a football game, it's homecoming, and we're going to get ready for the national anthem, which you'll hear in its entirety. My challenge to you, whether you hear this right now or whether you hear this later on, be the reason that people believe there's still good in this world. I've been in this community in Coppell for 4 years now, calling football games, and Tom will attest to it. He's been doing it for 8 years as the Bowie Volunteers come on right now. This is a wonderful community. They've welcomed me with open arms. It's a fantastic place. And if the time ever comes for me to ever move here, me and my wife, you damn sure believe I'll move here. These people are fantastic people. And oddly enough, I live close to Arlington, Bowie, and I'll tell you the same thing. The people in Arlington are fantastic people. They're hardworking people, and they don't judge people. So, before the national anthem plays, and before we get started and we have fun for 60 minutes and we have a football game that we can all enjoy and enjoy the homecoming festivities and everything that comes with it, I challenge you tonight or tomorrow whenever you hear this to be the reason why people still believe that there's good not just in the community, not just in this country, but in this world. If we can be half of what we were on September 12th, 2001, we'll be in a way better spot than we are in right now. But it takes us working together, no matter who we are, who we believe, what we believe, and why we believe. We just need to be one nation under God. That's what our Pledge of Allegiance says. So why don't we do a better job, myself included, of doing exactly that? With that being said, the Cowboys are on the field. There's 50 seconds left until kickoff. We're going to drop out here. We'll put it down to the field and let Marcus Allen and the crew, the public address announcing crew, get everything set up for you as we get ready to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain standing, remove your caps, and direct your attention towards the south end zone as we prepare to honor our country with the singing of our national anthem performed by the Coppell Choir.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
It is Friday night at Buddy Eccles Field, and don't worry, there's no lightning around this time. We have every plan to play this game fully, especially when it's homecoming night. so we don't want that rained out, do we? Well, don't worry, it won't be. As the Coppell Cowboys take on the Bowie Volunteers of Arlington. Thank you so much for joining us here. This is Coppell Cowboys football on the UT Southwestern Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network here on Champion Sports. If you're on Huddle, we thank you for joining us. I'm Dakota Burke filling in for my partner, Tom Dewar. David Zimmerman's filling in for me, and we are getting set for some good old-fashioned homecoming Friday night football, as it appears that the Cowboys will be the ones receiving the opening kickoff here at 7:04. The game time temperature, it's a bit toasty out here, 92 degrees. Kick is underway. It's a short kickoff. Be returned at about the 20-yard line. That's Dylan McAfee. McAfee going across the 20, and he stopped right away there, so pretty much no gain for him as the Cowboys will come up here to start this off, and of course, it's Carter Zingelman leading the way for the Cowboys.
You know, Dakota, right there on that kickoff, I've noticed this trend that continues to go around high school football. This just kind of blimp kick that lands right at about the 20-yard line, where they're basically saying keep it away from these weapons. And I really like the strategy. It seems to really be working out. At some point, I'm expecting somebody to make an adjustment to it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Cowboys will start at their 20-yard line. It is Carter Zingelman back at quarterback. Jaden George to his left in shotgun formation. Zingelman will hand it off to George right up the middle, and already picking up some good yards there, about a gain of 8 or 9 yards, and Jaden George will get 2nd and 1 there. George and McAfee pretty much swap out on every drive, so don't be surprised if you see McAfee to start the second drive. George getting this first one here. Back quickly. 2 receivers to Carter's left, 1 to his right, George to his left. Carter gets that one, a screenplay. That one's caught for a first down at the sideline. That's Jacob Anene on the catch.
So far, Dakota, the first thing I'm seeing is the big boys up front for Coppell, the offensive line, doing a really solid job. I haven't seen any movement so far. They are holding that line, and on that first run, nobody got hit till about 8 yards in, and the quarterback got it out of his hands quick, but no one was even in the vicinity.
This offensive line is young, but they have done a tremendous job as they block for George here. Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage at best. Yeah, this offensive line, senior going from left to right, senior, sophomore, junior, senior, senior. So it's a bit of a young core on this offensive line, but as Coach Wiley said in the pregame interview, he's really proud of what they've done. And Carter Zingelman, he's not been sacked once and not really even tackled for loss. The only time he gets hit is when he decides to take off himself. Trips formation to Carter's left, George on his right, and a flag. And I'm fear the curse of the commentator just came out as soon as you said that there was no infractions here.
Yep, there you go, right there, and that's right. And it's a false start, but this is a part of it, right, Dakota? This is what the last dress rehearsal, this last non-district game is. You got to get rid of these pre-snap penalties, things like that. And you talked about, I love what Coach said about the offensive line. Just because they're seniors, some of them, doesn't mean they have the experience. So they're all learning.
Carter, handoff, it's a play action. That one's caught. Down the middle and a first down. The ball comes out. The ball comes out and the Volunteers recover it. It was caught by Diego Rodriguez, who lost the ball at about the 45-yard line, and the Volunteers pick it up at their own 35. And the Cowboy offense, unfortunately, an all-of-a-sudden turnover, and they find themselves heading back to the sideline, and now this Volunteer offense will come on.
Yeah, it was a great play call, terrific catch there, and unfortunately he just didn't secure it, and give credit to the defense of the Volunteers who came behind, stripped the ball, took it off. Now, the one good news for Coppell is that ball went all the way back to basically the 37, I'd say, yard line, but big time turnover early.
It's Jaden Bibbs, the quarterback for Bowie. Again, don't get confused. There's Jaden Bibbs, the cornerback for Coppell. As Bibbs talking to his line, getting the play set. It's an empty formation. 2 to his left, 3 to his right. Now a man in motion coming back to the backfield. Bibbs gets it. 3-step drop, a halfback screen. And that one's going to get to about the 43-yard line. And that one
And you see it here, Dakota. This is no huddle offense, very quick tempo for Bowie. They're getting that call from the sideline, and they're literally getting to the line of scrimmage with about 23 seconds left on the play clock.
They're not going to fool around here. It was Denzel Ponder on that catch. He now lines up to Bibbs' right, now switches to his left. 2 receivers to the top, 1 at the bottom, hand off to Ponder yet again. He gets the first down and gets a little more. He stopped right about the 49-yard line before he's taken down by a couple of Cowboy players. And real quick, I'm going to take a timeout. Shout out Anamia's Tex-Mex for those with pure food indulgence. Anamia's Tex-Mex is the place for you. Anamia is the freshest ingredients in all dishes to offer you the best dining experience on the northwest corner of Denton Tap at Sandy Lake. Order online at anamias.com. Bibbs back in shotgun here with Ponder to his right. He's got a couple of receivers to his left. It's a bit of a jet pass here, and receiver takes off, and he gets the first down. Reaches a book for more at about the 35-yard line. That was Antonio Bordeaux. Last week, 9 catches, 172 yards, and a touchdown. He gets that jet pass there. It does count as a pass in technicality, and this Bowie offense is moving.
One of my favorite Mexican restaurants. Had my wife's surprise birthday party at Anamia.
There you go.
I love Anamia's, and boy, let me tell you, it makes me like I'm flying high, and right now this Bowie offense is flying high.
Bibbs will roll out to his left. Has a lot of time to throw, and that one just a bit wide of his intended receiver. It's going to be a second down. Looks like he was looking for Bordeaux again.
And you can already tell, Dakota, Bowie, the Volunteers are having some real success with this fast tempo. There's a lot of confusion in the secondary right now that I'm seeing from Coppell. They're looking around at each other, trying to figure it out. But it's amazing how quickly this squad is coming at them.
Bibbs gets it just as quickly as you said that. He rolls to his right. He has pressure, lobs it up, and just tosses it out of bounds. The smart play there by Bibbs. I would say that this is probably, so far tempo-wise, Coppell's fastest opponent yet. Again, you put the asterisks against Waxahachie, but so far, to your point, it is the fastest opponent they played. A lot of no huddle, but now they're going to settle down here at the clock stop and get the play from the sideline. And it's a 3rd down and 10, as Coach Wiley calls it, the money down. Bowie would have to get to about the 27, 26-yard line. Not quite in field goal range. 3 receivers to Bibbs' left. He steps back, and the rush is coming. Evades a sack, and he gets that one caught. Maxwell Nichols, his big target. Bibbs did a credible job there to avoid the pressure. What could have been a sack turned into a first down.
Yeah, that delayed blitz on that pressure. I thought they were going to get to him, and it did get to him. And what an unbelievable mature move by the senior Bibbs, just sliding slightly to his right and being right on target with the pass. And now inside the red zone, Bowie is threatening.
Right at that 20-yard line. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bibbs, a quick screen, and that one intercepted. And guess who? Jaden Bibbs intercepts. Jaden Bibbs. I was hoping it would happen. It happened so fast.
Dakota, you didn't even have to wait.
I didn't have to wait. 8 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter, and a tip pass falls right into the hands of the guy I wanted it to.
I did not think that there was any chance that that ball be deflected, was going to hang in the air long enough. And to the credit of not the quarterback Bibbs, the defensive Bibbs for Coppell, he got under it. Great play, and what a huge turnover at the 14-yard line.
The universe works in mysterious ways. Engelman will get this drive started at the 14. The offense really needs to get something going here after that turnover. Handoff. This looks like to be McAfee as he stopped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain virtually. Second down.
Yeah, that's the second time now on a run play for the Cowboys that you've seen this Volunteer front really get into that backfield and limit. That's going to be a fascinating thing to watch. How does that offensive line respond? Because they got to open up the run game in order to make the pass game smoother tonight.
Second down here. They got to get to about the 24. Zingelman's going to take a step back. He's going to go deep. He's got a man open. And it's caught. Oh, it is dropped right at midfield. He had Jacob Anene wide open in the breadbasket he put it. He just couldn't come up with it. And what was going to be a definitive touchdown is now a definitive 3rd down. Heartbreaking there.
And it's okay. If CeeDee Lamb can do it, so can so many other wide receivers. The one that's really hurting on that is the offensive line did a great job of giving Zingelman time, and he delivered a perfect pass. But again, that's what these games before district starts are for right there. He'll catch it next time.
An empty backfield now for Carter. He's got 3 to his right, 2 to his left. The protection's good. He's going to step up. He's going to take off, and all 6'5" of them is taking off using his legs. He gets down to the 40, 45, 50, crosses midfield to the left side and gets out of bounds at about the Bowie 37. Carter Zingelman, all 6'5" of them, takes off. Good protection by the offensive line and even better blocking as they hurried up here, going no huddle, trying to match the tempo. McAfee to Carter's left now. 2 wide receivers on each side. The handoff to McAfee, breaks out right. And he stopped maybe a couple yards there, gets to about the 37.
Let me tell you, as I catch my breath with this tempo of what's going on, Zingelman, boy, that young man at 6'5", he did not move down the field like he was 6'5". He looked like a running back in a quarterback's body.
This is a guy who also runs the 200-meter and the 400-meter in track. So don't worry. There's a lot of other people using his speed for their positivity there.
Yeah, he'll make you look good.
2nd and 7 now. Ball at the 38 as Carter gets the direction from the sideline. He's got 3 receivers to his left, McAfee to his right, and a tight end also right up there at the line as well. Carter keeps it himself on the RPO, and he gets a couple yards, about the 35-yard line, looking at a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, you know, Zingelman, he looks really good right there. And again, showing you a little bit of that dual threat action, right? So tough to cover a quarterback that can beat you with his arm and his legs. And he runs it with great confidence. The ball looks very comfortable in his hand. He's securing it. He's not, bobbling around all over the place. Clearly, this young man knows what he's doing. And here's one of those cramps, Dakota, we're talking about right there, starting early.
Haven't had a lot of those instances, but Carter took a seat there and just needed a little bit of a breather as he caught a bit of a cramp there. Well, we'll take this time out to shout out Frost Bank. At Frost is about award-winning service. When you have an account with Frost, you have a relationship with Frost. They'll answer the phone when you call 24/7 right here in Texas. Deposit and loan products are offered through Frost Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Yeah, not a lot of cramps. I actually don't remember a single cramp happening in pre-district so far, but we're up here in the low 90s. It's still hot. Get your water, get your pickle juice ready. If you're a believer in that, I've had to deal with that myself, and the team's come back yet again to do some more discussions. But cramps are a part of it. It's kind of unavoidable at sometimes.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. I don't care how much water you're drinking. When you're playing in this temperature, and like you said, it's still only the low 90s, but all these reps playing out, the sun's still out. Beautiful, actually, as it sets over Cowboy Stadium. But, boy, I'll tell you, when you are cramping up, there is no worse feeling of pain. Oh, my goodness.
And let's also remember, it may be 92 on the field. You add the pads, you add all that. It's like a catcher. It's definitely over 100 degrees there for each of those guys that are out there playing. So they're dealing with the elements and having to deal with it here. So
have you ever, Dakota, you ever downed pickle juice before? A great some of it. It's nauseating.
It is.
It's nauseating. I love pickles, by the way. It's nauseating.
I don't recommend it for just kicks and giggles, but if you need to, yeah, you might want to do it.
It'll have the impact, but you better be holding your nose and closing your eyes.
Exactly. 3rd and 5. Cowboys back out on the field. They're at the Bowie 36. Shotgun, empty backfield now as McAfee moves to Carter's left. And actually, that's Eshawn Mayer, the backup quarterback, in for Carter. And he's going to make a big play there for himself as he gets to the 21-yard line. And it's a 1st down. Eshawn Mayer came in for Carter Zingelman. Don't know if we'll see Carter back. We'll see. But Eshawn Mayer, who's a wide receiver and backup QB, getting the snap, and he takes off there, getting the 1st down.
Yeah, Eshawn running like a mare, pulling a Houdini act as he broke 4 or 5 tackles from the Volunteers on that great run.
Mayer still in the game. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. He's got McAfee directly to his left as he hands it off to McAfee, who was hit hard, but he keeps bouncing around for a few extra. He's down at the 18-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 3 or 4. And it brings up 2nd down, and the Cowboys now in the Frost Bank red zone.
Oh, my goodness. That's what I like to see right there. Hello, let me introduce myself. I'm Marquise, because number 11 was all up in that tackle for the Volunteers.
2nd and 7. Lining up in the pistol formation here. Smear, hard count. Now he's going to get some direction here. We'll keep an eye on Carter and see what's up with him. He may just be resting for this drive for all we know. Eshawn Mayer in the game. Hands it off. McAfee breaks through to his left, and McAfee will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
What a great cutback. Offensive line opened up the hole. McAfee did the rest, scampers in for the first score of the evening. Really well done right there on a drive with their starting quarterback over on the sideline. Well done by Mayer, controlling the offense and keeping it going.
Absolutely. Eshawn Mayer will get the credit there for being on the field and did a great job of containing that momentum, as you mentioned. Jaden Tidwell, he's usually money, and he's money right there with the extra points. So with 4:26 left in the first quarter, the Cowboys get the first score on the board. It's 7-0, and we'll be back. You're watching Coppell Cowboys football on the UT Southwestern Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network.
Welcome to Bliss Orthodontics, where you'll experience the Bliss difference. Dr. Edau at Bliss Orthodontics is your leading Coppell orthodontist and has been serving the community for more than a decade. Bliss Orthodontics treats children and adults and can help you with braces, Invisalign, and even those affected by sleep apnea. Dr. Edau has more than 25 years of experience and has been named Best Orthodontist in North Texas by D Magazine. Bliss Orthodontics actively supports our local schools and sports teams, and they're a proud sponsor of Coppell Cowboys football. You can find them online at BlissOrtho.com.
Back here at Buddy Eccles Field as the Cowboys put up the first touchdown and the first points of the game. Dylan McAfee with a run to the left, handed off by Eshawn Mayer. We'll keep an eye on Carter Zingelman and see how he's doing. He looked like he caught a cramp in the middle of that drive, and he didn't come back out for it, but the Cowboys got the 7 points nonetheless. As the Cowboys here will kick it off. Jonathan Yao, who handles the punting and kickoff duties.
And the good news, Dakota, is I'm seeing Carter over there. They're having him go through the motions of just getting re-warmed up, throwing the ball. He's looking okay.
Very good. Again, caught a cramp. He didn't come back, so doesn't look to be anything too serious.
The impressive thing was the Cowboy offense didn't miss a beat.
Exactly. This kickoff here, special teams gave up a couple touchdowns last week. Is it who I think it is? Jonathan Yao with the huge tackle. It's the kicker of all people, bringing down the returner at about the 35-yard line. That's why you have so many people in the student section giving a standing ovation. They don't do that for anybody making a tackle, but for a kicker, oh yeah, we'll stand up for that.
I want to give a standing ovation. I had no idea that was the kicker. What a grown man tackle by Yao. I see you, baby.
Ball at the 33-yard line as the Bowie offense will come back out. Last drive for them was a tipped interception by Jaden Bibbs. His second interception of the year, by the way. As Jaden Bibbs, the Bowie quarterback, will come back on now. Has a man in motion and will just hand it off to Ponder, who will essentially just fall forward for a few yards. Be spotted about the 37-yard line, so it should be a 2nd and 6.
Speaking of spotting, Dakota, have I mentioned how much I love the digital yard markers?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh, my gosh. Is there anything better than that?
It eliminates all the guessing from everybody in the booth and the PA team and everybody. It's just staring you in the face.
And now they finally have a chip in the NFL ball. I mean, we're finally, we're all grows up.
We're advancing in technology. Bibbs, the play action, and that ball is just a little bit out of reach of Maxwell Nichols. And quickly a 3rd and 6, as Coach Wiley has talked about many a times, because he is the model of consistency in any interview you do with him. 3rd and 4th down, the money downs. Last week. A couple weeks ago, they struggled with 3rd and 4th downs. Last week, they did a great job. So now we'll get to see if they have it put all together here on this one. A 3rd and 6 as the Volunteers will line up 2 wide receivers to Bibbs each side of him. Running back to his left, it's Ponder. It's a screen, and it's caught by Osunde Brown. He's going to be short.
Really good coverage there by this Cowboy defense. That middle screen was set up really nicely to the receiver, and they were all over it to get him short of the yard marker.
And for the first time in this game, but for any team, it's going to be a punt as the Volunteers will punt it over to McAfee, who scored the game's only points off his run earlier. He's lined up at the Coppell 30-yard line.
Yeah, last week at the SMU Baylor game, I didn't know that either team had a punter till about the fourth quarter.
Sometimes there are rare occasions where the punters are not needed. And whistles fly. And there is a flag over by McAfee. But it's a delay of game. 5-yard penalty. Won't really mean too much per se.
Yeah, they just took a while there. I mean, the decision was quick, but again, right, like early in the season, your last non-district game, this is when you've got to kind of get used to that. There's communication issues, guys getting up and down off the field. I will tell you, the shoe game for a couple of these players is very impressive.
You look good, you feel good.
Oh, my
You feel
goodness.
good, you play good.
Exactly.
And then when you get older, you play good, they pay you good.
That's right.
The
Coach
punt-
Prime.
The punt is off. McAfee is going to field it at about the 37. And McAfee will get maybe just about 3 or 4 yards there down at the 40-yard line as this Coppell offense will come back on. And we want to take a timeout to shout out the Door Church, their mission to see lives restored with the gospel for God's glory by being gospel-centered, community-driven, and other people-focused. Come as you are and join their family of believers online at thedoorchurch.net. The Door Church, one heart and one soul. And speaking of things that are one heart and one soul, Carter Zingelman, wait to see if he's back out on the field, and it looks like he is. He's the heart and soul of this team. Caught a cramp last drive. Eshawn Mayer came in and took care of the rest, and Carter back out there with Jaden George to his left. He starts this drive. 2 wide receivers to his left, a tight end as well, and 1 receiver to his right. Right at the 40. He's going to hand it off. No, he's going to take it himself. And he runs right into one of his own linemen. And he's down pretty much right at the line of scrimmage.
I was about to say, what a great job by Coach Narragon to call that, give it to the running back, let Carter get back in, and Carter decided to keep it on the RPO option. And I don't know if the first thing you want to see is him get hit like that right away, but he's back into the mix.
Carter's a gamer. He's a blue-collar guy, as Coach Wiley has called him before. He's just all about hard work, studying film. He makes no excuses for anything that happens. As he hands it off here to George, and George gets by 1 tackle to the right, and he pushes the forward just a little bit more, and he's down at about the 48, 49-yard line, close to midfield. He's going to be about 3 yards short as a third down will come up here.
And everything you mentioned, Dakota, is why the kid's starting as a sophomore, right? That's the kind of leader as a sophomore, the attitude you need. People wonder, well, why can't I start that early? Well, you got to be very mature. You got to be the ultimate team player. And as you said, really be a blue-collar type of guy, lunch pail guy.
3rd and 5 here. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to Carter's left, 2 stacked up to his right. Looking to get it out quickly, and he does. And that one is caught. It's a first down and more. And it's Jackson Eccles with the catch there. And yes, Jackson Eccles, he does have a relationship with Buddy Eccles, whose field this is named after. This is grandson, so how about that?
That's pretty awesome.
Your granddad is named after his field. His name is on this field, and you get a catch.
I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. You catch it, and you're named after the field. You better catch it.
This should be a free play as Carter will go down the field looking deep. It's intercepted.
He's going to get it back, though. Carter's going to get it back because of the flag. Although...
And they did not call a flag?
No, apparently they didn't. They never threw the flag.
Oh.
That is going to go down as an interception. And the crazy thing is Carter thought that they had thrown the flag, and that's why he took the shot.
There was definitely jumping on the Bowie side, clear as day.
Yeah, I saw it.
And they did not throw the flag, and to your point, everybody treated it like a free play, as it should have been.
Yeah, Carter even looked over to the Coppell sideline and made the, thing like that. They threw the flag, but the flag never came.
Well, I'll leave my comments for a later time. Jaden Bibbs, the quarterback for Bowie, lined up here at about the 10-yard line. Bibbs looking left, and he almost gets sacked there. Gets it out to Ponder, who's down at about the 14-yard line. So really just a short gain there.
Unfortunate, but I am very impressed with Bibbs's eyes always looking down the field. He really is very poised back there. Like you said, I mean, he was just about wrapped up and sacked, and he still got the ball off.
20 seconds left of game time here in the first quarter. Bibbs, he's going to go deep, looking deep, and nowhere close as that one's incomplete. He was looking for Sunday Brown, who was being guarded there by Tyree Roberson. Will bring up a 3rd and 7 with 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
By the way, that's one of my favorite names.
Oh, Sunday Brown?
I mean, how great is that? Are you kidding me? That's the perfect football name right
It's almost
there.
like, oh, is it on a Monday?
No,
oh, Sunday.
Sunday.
Right.
I mean, you got to get to the league if you're going to have that name.
Absolutely. 3rd and 7 here. The Volunteers at about the 13-yard line. Bibbs back to throw. He's going to get the screen caught. It's going to be tackled at about the 25 on the sideline of Coppell. That will be a first down. The clock will stop with about 7 seconds left.
He did a really impressive job there. He was hit well before the first down marker, and he just kept fighting and stretching, and excellent job there. And a massive first down for this Volunteer team. They needed that. They were deep in their own territory after the turnover.
They will get at least one more play off here. About the 26-yard line. Handoff. Breaking left, and the Cowboys are going to take him down for a loss of about a yard or two, and that will be the end of the first quarter. So, after one, the Cowboys are up 7-0 as the Volunteers will resume the second quarter with the ball. You're watching Coppell Cowboys football on the UT Southwestern Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network on Champion Sports Radio and live streaming on Huddle.
Hey y'all, it's me, Cowboy Carl, and I'm here to tell you something. All students need to be at the Mix every single Wednesday night. It's a party. I'll see you there. Follow at the Mix FC for more details, and go Cowboys!
Johnson Management Company is an independent, family-owned McDonald's franchisee serving North Texas communities since 1986. At JMC, they actively support their communities through their involvement with schools, youth sports, and local charities. Your locally owned Coppell McDonald's proudly supports the Coppell Cowboys and reminds you to download the McDonald's app for all the best deals. Place your pickup order at the South Denton Tap Road location here in Coppell, or if you can't make it in, have your favorites delivered right to you. JMC McDonald's says, let's go, Big Red.
We're back here at Buddy Echols Field. The Cowboys at the end of the first quarter up 7-0. The Volunteers will continue their drive. They're at about the 25-yard line as it stands. It will be a says second down. Should be a first down if I'm not mistaken, but nonetheless. I want to take this time out to shout out another one of our great sponsors, Bailey Orthodontics. From Invisalign to braces to early treatment for your little smiles, Dr. Bailey will craft a customized treatment for each and every smile in your lovely community. Learn more about who they are and what they do by visiting CoppellOrtho.com. That's Coppell, ORTHO.com.
They actually had it right there, Dakota, because they ran that quick play on the run play for a loss of one
there you
before
go.
the quarter. No worries, dude.
Sometimes I forget what
we got a lot
yesterday.
going on.
We do.
Yesterday.
Bibbs, play action, almost intercepted. Almost a second interception thrown by Bibbs, it looked like. That was Tyrell Roberson, the twin brother of Tyree Roberson. Tyrell kind of plays like a rover linebacker, safety hybrid. Tyree the cornerback, but a 3rd and 11 here. The Cowboys once again on these money downs. They forced a punt last time and looking to do some of the more of the same again.
Yeah, he almost had a pick six right there, which would have made him wish it was yesterday. I tell you, you're good if you're only forgetting yesterday. I'm forgetting like 5 minutes ago.
Then we're in for an interesting broadcast. The Cowboys in a prevent-like defense, if you will. Bibbs, he's got some time. He's going to roll to his left, and it looks like he's going to take it himself, taking the safe route. He's going to be short, and they're going to spot him at the 30, looks like the 33-yard line.
Wow, that was really close to that yard marker. Now they're pushing him a little further back, but the right decision, punt it back away.
A good job there by the Cowboys to force that play. And they were lined up, 3 down linemen, everybody else in a prevent-like defense, and still able to get a coverage stop there. So a 4th and 3, and for the second time, the Volunteers will punt it. McAfee is back out there to return the punt. He's out there at the 35-yard line. Punts away. Decent punt. It's going to drop and take basically a neutral bounce, and it'll be at about the 42-yard line is where the Cowboys will start this drive. Hey, real quick, we're in the second quarter, 11:43 left. Coming up on halftime, we'll talk about what we've seen in the game so far, and it's homecoming, so you know we're going to find out who's the homecoming king and who's the homecoming queen and everything in between here on the halftime show. So, you ever been homecoming king before, David?
Nope. I never had that privilege or that honor. I probably was the jester a couple times. But I don't know about the king.
Me and you are in the same boat, my friend. Cowboys on the 43-yard line. Zingelman back out there. Line up at shotgun. Receiver to each side. Running back to his left. It's a handoff over to McAfee, and McAfee has some room to the left. And there he goes, McAfee getting down to about the 39-yard line of Bowie. Dylan McAfee, he's been busy so far in this game. He's the reason why the Cowboys have the lone points in the game so far, and he gets a good run there.
Dylan McAfee looking like a McLaren there. He went from about 0 to 60. That was really impressive. Once those legs started going, man, jet stream speed.
First down now, they have to get to the 28-yard line. Carter gets it. Again, a handoff. McAfee, he is met by 3 white shirts of the Volunteers, and he gets brought back. Looks like forward momentum down at the 42-yard line. That's going to be a big loss there, a loss of 4.
Yeah, really good job there by Joseph Williams IV to get into the backfield. And, you know, every time you feel like, aside from that one touchdown drive, every time Coppell gets a little bit of momentum, this Bowie front line does a great job of just stopping everything and getting a play for a loss.
Second down and 14 now. It's now an empty backfield as McAfee gets ready for the screen if needed. And Carter Zingelman, there he goes, taking off. He absorbs the hit, and he's down at about the 36-yard line. So just past the original line of scrimmage. We'll make it a 3rd and 8 with 10:42 left in the first half.
Yeah, and I'm keeping an eye on that left leg there of Carter. He's still just a little ginger right there. I think that's where the cramp was, and you could tell even on that run right there, just a little gingerly, not that same burst of confidence we saw when he had that initial run in the first quarter.
3rd down and 8 at the 36. Carter has time. He's going to go deep. He's looking for Jacob Anene. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Boy, I'll tell you, you go from the one that was dropped earlier where the level of difficulty was about a 1. The level of difficulty on that one was at a 12.5, and he got hit, and he still held on to the ball.
And last week, those two connected for a touchdown, but obviously the stats don't count in that one because it got rained out halfway through. Well, they make up for it here, and that's Carter's first touchdown pass and Jacob Anene's first receiving touchdown of the year. The Cowboys up 13-0, and Tidwell will come on for the extra point here to make it a 14-0 ball game as the Volunteers are still getting set. And there's only 4 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of
0.
There's a player that's kind of gingerly roaming around there for Bowie. There's a lot happening here.
Yeah, and I don't even think they saw the extra man on the field because they're calling the delay of game on the Cowboys. Well, Coppell tried to kind of set up that almost like a swinging gate action over there on the left side, right? And then they came back, and it just, the whole execution of it just took way too long.
And Coach Wiley giving his 2 cents to the officials as, you know, he's getting it out there before district.
That's what I like to see.
Deservedly so.
Oh, you keep that going, Coach.
The extra point will be backed up a little bit, so it's about we'll call it a 27-28-yarder extra point now. Tidwell, the kick. He's still cash money no matter from what distance. That one is good. So with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left, the Cowboys are up 14-0. This is Coppell Cowboys football on the UT Southwestern Cowboys Broadcast Network on Champion Sports Radio and live streaming on Huddle.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
We're back here. Cowboys up 14-0 with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in this one. And we want to take a timeout to shout out Bliss Orthodontics. Experience the Bliss difference. Dr. He now is a leading Coppell orthodontist and has been serving the community for more than a decade. Bliss Orthodontics treats children and adults. It can help you with braces, Invisalign, and sleep apnea. Online at blissortho.com. Well, the Cowboys offense, they are definitely not sleeping right now. They're up 14-0 with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left. And again, as a reminder, when we get to the Whirly Ball halftime show, we'll go over the stats, see what's going on around the district in 6A football. And of course, it's homecoming, so we'll get you all the nice details and find out who's the king and queen and prince and princess and everything in between. And maybe we'll be the jesters yet again as we were back in the day. That's all coming up on the Whirly Ball halftime show as Jonathan Yao will send it flying. It's going to be returned at about the 4-yard line. And once again, special teams struggling a little bit as this one is being taken down the left side. And the Volunteers' first touchdown of the game coming from a kickoff return by Princeton Campbell. And the special team woes have reared their ugly head yet again.
Yeah, and look, when Yao made that tackle on that special teams play before, he really saved them from what was about to be a massive return. So this is clearly, again, this is good, right? It's not good on the field, but it's good for the film and the learning process, because don't pretend like every district foe going forward is not going to be watching that film and saying, hey, we can take advantage of the special teams.
And Coppell's first district game is in a couple weeks. They have a bye week next week, so an extra time for people to study that film, as that extra point is good. And the Volunteers have cut it to a 14-7 lead.
I love that, by the way. Do you see Lee Espindola, the kicker for Bowie? Looks like an offensive lineman. You know that guy can kick it however far he needs to.
It's impressive to be a big guy and have the flexibility, because me and you probably couldn't.
Are you kidding me? I haven't been able to touch my toes in 2 decades.
I think I still can. I actually did it earlier today.
Very impressive. I'm proud of you, Dakota.
It's only down from here, right?
Hey, I would have to see my toes to be able to touch.
You know who can help with that? Performance Course. You're looking for your young athlete to take the next step, then check out Performance Course, the #1 training program in the country for school-age athletes. Find their Coppell ISD-specific courses online by clicking on the Coppell logo at performancecourse.com. So basically, they can get you to touch your toes if you follow their program, is all I'm saying.
They don't call Dakota the greatest Segway man in the business for nothing right there. You know, it's like you were talking about sleep apnea earlier.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my wife has sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's wearing that mask, I appreciate it. My dog appreciates it. The neighbors appreciate it. The whole block appreciates it. Because when she doesn't have it on, I forget it. You probably would hear her all the way out here, and I live in Plano.
Rick, it registers on the Richter scale, is what you're saying.
I love you, sweetie. Hopefully you're not listening.
She just tuned in right now and heard that. It's the first thing she heard. The Volunteers will kick off here at the 40-yard line. And Espinoza will send it flying. Short pooch kickoff at about the 27-yard line. It's just going to be a fair catch. So the offense will come back out as they look to get some more points on the board after the Volunteers very quickly took that 14-0 lead and shrunk it to half off that kickoff return for the touchdown. Last drive, Carter Zingelman hooked up with Jacob Anene for the touchdown, and they're going to do more of the same.
Well, and it's interesting, right, Dakota? There you see again that strategy, and Coach Wiley, he clearly doesn't want to have to go that way. There's offsides anyway on that play, but why you kick it kind of up in the air and you give up 5 to 10 yards of field position is because you don't want that big return, which you've now seen on the flip side of the field. So, again, it's the trend. I'm seeing it almost every week now, and you're just starting to get used to that.
Ball's spotted at about the 33-yard line. Zingelman has an empty backfield. 2 receivers to each side, or he does have a running back to his left. This one's caught, and that one is going to be Diego Rodriguez. Catches that short pass, and he gets to about the 38-yard line. Bring up second down.
Both of these teams moving at such a quick pace. And here's some more substitution issues right here. This one.
They had a timeout's going to be called because of it. Well, while they take a timeout, we'll also take a timeout to shout out Fellowship Church. The Mixed Youth Movement is a party that happens every single Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Incredible music, amazing giveaways. You'll meet some of your best friends. It's a place to be every single Wednesday. Follow at The Mix FC on Twitter or X or on Instagram. The Mix at Fellowship Church. Dakota Burke here, Buddy Ecclesfield alongside David Zimmerman. My podcast partner Tom Dewars getting ready to head to Florida. And I got to tell you, David, he looked up some tickets for some Miami Marlins games. Boy, affordable doesn't even do it justice. I tell you what. He found seats behind home plate, give or take, for about $150.
That just even seems too expensive because right now I'm looking at a fascinating stat here, Dakota. Coppell currently 194 total yards, Bowie 70.
Whew.
That's it. But the reason the score is so close, again, special teams and turnovers.
The ghost of last week's pass catching up a little bit to Coppell here. Zingelman's going to hand it off to the running back, and it's down at the 40-yard line. It looks like it was Jaden George there.
I haven't been to that Miami stadium yet. I will tell you about a month ago, I went to one of the coolest ballparks I'd ever been to. I found myself in Pittsburgh.
Oh, there you go.
I went to a Pirates game. That stadium is awesome.
A majestic
PNC
view.
Park. Oh, my gosh. I'll have to show you the picture on my phone that I took from that stadium. One of the coolest stadiums I've been to.
Zingelman, an empty backfield. He's going to take off running down the middle. Zingelman has a little bit of room. Almost broke through everybody, and he gets the first down. Almost broke one more tackle to take it to the house, but you'll take it down to the 29-yard line of the Volunteers. It was just a straight-up QB draw right down the middle, and Carter does the rest.
He just runs with such confidence. There's that burst that we saw before he cramped up a little bit, and now you see it post that, and the confidence that he runs with. He was about 1/2 a step of a broken tackle away from taking it to the house.
They line up quickly now at the 29-yard line. Carter, play action, a screen pass over to his receiver who dives forward to get some extra yards, and that should be a first down. Diego Rodriguez on the catch there yet again. He's been calling his number a few times, and that's good to see because Diego Rodriguez did have a fumble in the first drive, but Carter Zingelman has not lost confidence in him.
They're almost at 200 yards rushing already in this first half. That's crazy.
Zingelman with George to his right, 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. He hands it off to Jaden George up the middle. He gets maybe a yard or two, and he's down at the 15-yard line. 8:15 left in the first half here as the Cowboys trying to get back their 2-score lead that they had only for about 8 to 10 seconds at most. Some substitutions being made here, and Cowboys back. All receivers to the right. And so is George to Carter Zingelman's right as he gets the signals from the sidelines with 16 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time to get the adjustments and the play call needed.
Yeah, well, I love getting to the line so quickly. You just have all the time you need now to see the defense.
Zingelman hands it off to George, up the gut, and it's going to be another Coppell Cowboy touchdown. Jaden George this time on the run.
Really good job by that offensive line, parting it like the Red Seas, and George played the part of Moses going through it.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, just how you like it when you get the ball up the middle, and the Cowboys will come on for the extra point here. As Tidwell looking to make it 3 for 3 and to give the Cowboys a 14-point lead yet again.
And here we go again with they go from a swinging gate, they go into this, now a substitution, somebody coming on late, and I swear this is the same substitution for Bowie.
It is.
With one, and it looks like he's struggling with his arm there a little bit, number 9.
He was struggling, and then he magically wasn't.
Yeah.
Tidwell will never struggle with his leg. He kicks the extra point through, and the Cowboys have a 21-7 lead with 7:35 left in the first half. You're watching Cowboy football on Champion Sports Radio and live streaming on Huddle.
With an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
Back here at Buddy Eccles Field on homecoming night, the Cowboys up 21-7 with 7:35 left here in the first half. Dakota Burke and David Zimmerman alongside with you here for this one. As we get closer and closer to the Worthy Ball halftime show, we'll check up on the stats, check up on what's going around the district, and hey, here's a game for you. Denton Geyer and North Crowley, they're playing tonight. We'll catch up on them and see how that's going, amongst other games that are going on. And of course, we'll let you know the homecoming court, including the King and Queen, all coming up on the Worthy Ball halftime show as Jonathan Yao will get ready here to send this one away. And it's a short kick. And it's fair caught at the 33-yard line.
And that's what I was thinking Dakota was coming with, Coach, just saying, look, until we can figure out all of our special team stuff, you might as well just do that. It'll save you.
Save you what happened last week as the special teams gave up back-to-back returns for touchdown. One was a kickoff and one was a punt return. And, you know, just as much as that could be detrimental to the points, it can be detrimental mentally.
Yes.
But saving themselves there. So the Volunteers will be coming back out on the field for this drive. 7:35 left. They're going to start at the 33-yard line. It's an offense that the defense of the we have a penalty as well, so they're moving them up 5 yards to the 39-yard line.
What was the call? I did not see the signal.
Did not see the signal. I didn't see the flag. I didn't hear anything. So your guess is as good as mine.
I had no idea. Until you said they're moving them up and there's a penalty, I was out of it.
Bibbs will hand it off. And that one taken to about the 41-yard line.
Isn't it
Jalen
funny
Harper
that after the drive that was going for the Cowboys with the interception, then we had the quick turnover, then the touchdown, then the special teams play, and then the touchdown. It feels like we haven't seen the offense for Bowie on in like an hour.
It has been. It's been – you almost have to get them back in the bullpen to warm them up
Really,
again.
literally.
Bibbs running back to his right, 3 to the top, 1 wide receiver to his left, and Bibbs will get some forward yards before he's brought down at about the 45-yard line. So once again, this Coppell defense stopping them quickly. The offense of the Volunteers, while we haven't seen them in a while, what we have seen is an offense that's struggling to break through here.
Yeah, I really like that tackle there by Braylon Powell for the Cowboys. Really tough tackle there on Bibbs.
Bibbs getting the signal here. He's got 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. It is a completely empty backfield with 6:29 and counting left. There's 5 on the play clock.
Bibbs has my favorite shoes, Carter. Those are the shoes.
Bibbs back to throw, looking for his man. He can't find anybody, and he is tackled by a couple Cowboy players. The momentum probably got him to midfield is where he needed to go, and that is exactly what happened. He gets the first down, but he's probably going to feel that one tomorrow morning.
I mean, pop the Advil, pop everything. I need to take an Advil after watching that hit. That hurt me up here, Dakota.
Well, when you're a little bit older, when you watch people get hit, it does hurt you.
Oh.
I know that feeling.
I felt it right there.
quickly to the line. Handoff. This one's to Ponder, who himself gets a nice lick there, and he goes down to about the 44-yard line of Coppell as they get to Coppell territory now with 5:40 left in the second half.
I've been very impressed with both teams' responses to big plays by the opposite. I mean, this is just what Bowie needed to respond from the Cowboys, and the Cowboys responded well from that special teams touchdown.
The Volunteers trying to do a little bit of game clock management and scoring at the same time. They will get the ball at the second half, so if you can double dip, that's going to be wonderful for you if you're the Bowie Volunteers, as this handoff goes to Ponder again, and he gets little to nothing there on that one. It's going to be another third down for this Volunteer offense.
Yeah, and you've got to believe, as you said, 5 minutes to go, they want to keep this ball as long as they can out of the Cowboys' offense hands. They're trying to double dip, so my guess is this is going to be 2 downs to make up about 3 yards.
A 3rd and 3. The ball is at the 43. The Volunteers have to get to the 40 if they want to keep this drive going. It's going to be a handoff. Try to rip the ball out, but Ponder gets through and he gets a first down, and this drive will keep on trucking along.
And that's the new way right now. Everybody's trying to strip the ball out. It used to be just sit there, make a fundamental tackle, try to keep him from the yard marker. So the good news is, look, you get the ball out, you got a turnover. The bad news is if you don't, you're giving up an extra 5 to 6 yards on the ground.
Everybody wants to be, and you'll know this name, they want to be a Charles Tillman.
Boy, do they
want
ever.
to do that peanut punch where you just punch the ball right out. He was a special one at that.
Greatest nickname in sports history.
Volunteers at the Coppell 36. Bibbs back to throw. He's got pressure. Escapes one. He's not going to escape the rest of them. It's a sack for the Coppell defense. And he's down at the 40-yard line.
And you can see the timeout being taken by Coach Wiley already, thinking about trying to get that ball back. Now, what you're going to have is Gibbs is going to have to come out of the game because he took a shot right there to the head, and they're going to check on him. I don't know if the helmet came out, but they're making him come out for a play.
Indeed they will, and the Volunteers now will be looking to their backup. That's going to be at least listed. It's Mason Nichols. A 2nd down and 14 here. The snap is low. The throw to the right side is wide, and it's a third and long for the Volunteers and the Cowboys here. If they could get a stop, the Volunteers out of field goal range, 3:38 left. There's still a chance for the Cowboys to still put up points on the board if they can get the stop.
I feel you if you're Nichols right there. That's a tough spot to be put in. All of a sudden come in, throw a pass on that very first down. You're not expecting your quarterback to come out of the game. No warm-up time.
Well, Bibbs is back out there now, so the offense back under his leadership. A 3rd and 14 now. It's the Cowboy defense looking to continue this momentum they have. It's just going to be a handoff to Ponder. He's not really going to get anywhere there. And he'll be stopped forward momentum at about the 37, 38-yard line.
Yeah.
And a flag all of a sudden at the end of that one.
You knew that was coming out. It was such a great play, Dakota, by number 12 right there, Goodson Osuji. And then the problem was he just kept going and going and going, pushing him further and further back. And you knew eventually they were going to throw the flag. Wow, they called against the offense.
But they're going to call the unsportsmanlike on the offense.
So I don't know if something was said at the end of that play.
That's the beauty of it. You see you see the physicality, but you don't see the words that are being said out there, which that will get you in more trouble than the physical play.
Because Osuji kept on pushing him back and back and back, and you're sitting there going, that's got to be on the defense. But whatever was said in the scrum.
And now they're going to get this ball situated where it needs to be. It's a 15-yarder.
Wow.
So that's going to stop them at, it looks like, the 48-yard line of Bowie. And McAfee lined up at the 15-yard line. So the goal for the Volunteers at this point, there's no way you run something fancy or funky or cute. You just got to punt the ball and try to pin the Cowboys back deep as possible. And that's the goal here for the Volunteers.
Oh, man, Dakota, I thought you were going to hit me with a triple F. Fancy, funky. I didn't know if it was going to be fraudulent or finesse.
I tried.
I know.
Ball is out. Short one. It's at about the 30-yard line, 31-yard line, give or take. So the Cowboys will have decent field position. 3:14 left on the clock. That's more than enough time for them. And the Cowboys will come back for at least one more drive. And we want to shout out JMC McDonald's, your locally owned Coppell McDonald's, proudly supports the Coppell Cowboys and reminds you to download the McDonald's app for all the best deals. Place your pickup orders for the South Denton Tap Road location in Coppell or have your favorites delivered to you now. JMC McDonald says, let's go, Big Red. 3:14 left. Cowboys, the ball at the 31-yard line. Jaden George had the rushing touchdown on the last drive. The Cowboys have done it every which way offensively. See if they have one more in them before the end of the half. The Volunteers will get the ball to start the second half. Speaking of McAfee, here he goes. He's got some room. Breaks free a little bit there, and he gets to about the 45-yard line. So Dylan McAfee with some good yardage quickly, a first down, and that's what the Cowboys needed.
Yeah, and with 2 timeouts in your pocket and the 2-minute warning, you've got an eternity here as you just run under the 3-minute mark. And remember, as you said, Dakota, Bowie's going to get it back at the beginning of the third quarter, so really want to convert here and put some more points on the board.
Play action there, a screen. Ooh. Almost tip drilled there, but it's incomplete. As that one falls, there'll be a second down and 10. Carter looking for the play action screen pass there, and all tipped and was floating in the air, but thankfully for him, no one came down with it.
Yeah, Carter telegraphed that one, and he is very lucky because Kevin Baines was all over that. The linebacker almost had himself an interception.
Well, 2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers and a tight end to Carter's left, including McAfee, but now McAfee to his right and a lone receiver to his right as well. Carter up the middle, will take it himself, breaks through a couple tackles. He's got room. Zingelman to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Won't he do it? Touchdown, Cowboys. Carter Zingelman, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys with a 3-score lead with 2.5 left in the first half.
Boy, I got to tell you, Carter Zingelman is as good of a runner as I have seen so far this season in the quarterback position. Moves so quickly, like you said, clearly a multi-sport athlete, also runs track. Man, is he lightning quick when he gets in the open field.
And when you're up here, you don't see it, it's fast, but his long body, and he's just quick enough, he's just long enough to where he can take off. He's a bit of a stallion, if you will. So here come the Bowie Volunteers again with this funky...
Carter. I like to refer to that as a Mustang. Okay, a Mustang.
He's a Mustang.
There you go.
And again, a delay of game. This whole substitution thing the Volunteers are doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the refs haven't addressed it. I'm starting to get a little agitated if you don't hear the sound of my voice.
This is literally every single extra point.
Every extra point is the same players.
And I don't know if it's being affected because of the initial formation. So then now they're saying it's a delay game on the defense. So clearly the defense is struggling because, and that's the whole point of running this set that Coppell's doing, is to threaten the possible 2-point conversion, but clearly no adjustment by Bowie currently.
No adjustment. And you know what? If they're not flagging you for it the first time, I guess keep on going until they say, all right, that's enough.
Oh, my goodness.
I guess I can't hate on it too much,
No.
but at some point we have to address it. Well, guess what? The offense is here. Maybe a little tush-push action. Nope, it's a handoff instead. And the Cowboys are still pushing.
Really close. He did not get it. Wow.
He did not get it. It was a handoff.
I like the call. I really like the call from the Cowboys. You know, you're from literally the 1-yard line trying to get it in, but what a defensive stand by the Volunteers.
It was indeed a good defensive stand. We'll keep it right here. 2:32 left in the second quarter. As mentioned a few times, the Whirly Ball halftime show coming up. We'll catch you up on the stats of this game, what's going on around the 6A and other parts of the state. And, of course, we got homecoming coming up. We'll find out who gets the honors of being on the court, the king and queen. Everything and much more on the Whirly Ball halftime show. And the referees are talking to Coach Sam right now, probably giving him a little hay. You've done it once. You've done it twice. Can you not do it again? Because if you do, we might flag you. I don't know. That's just me guessing what they're saying.
And he also might be asking for an explanation of something of what's going on, maybe questioning a substitution if he has the right to. I don't know. Like we said, it's the final dress rehearsal. But here's the fascinating thing. Coppell scored so quickly, it took him about a minute to go down the field. And all of a sudden, the Volunteers are going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts in their pocket and 2:32. And remember, they can still do the double dipper you were talking about if they get down the field. Now, here's what's interesting. Will Coach Wiley go back to this little pooch kick out to about the 30, or is he going to test fate? Here's the question.
I feel like from now on until things get addressed, he's probably going to do exactly that.
I'm with you. I think that's the right move. But then again, he also might be saying to his team, we've got to get better at this and not having to settle every time.
It is indeed true. Well, Jonathan Yao, he's going to be the one to decide what happens there as he's lined up and ready to kick.
Yao wants to hit someone again, Dakota.
He always does. He's got the distance, but that pooch kick again. This one a little bit shorter, and it's still a live ball.
Live ball. And look at that.
And the Cowboys got it.
And again, that is the other issue, right? When you're not used to fielding that, you're thinking to yourself, oh, the ball's going to go out of bounds. You don't grab it, that's a live ball.
And it's Kenneth Gibbs Jr., the starting free safety, last year's backup quarterback, who comes up with the ball. So that pooch kickoff really was just to prevent the special teams from allowing another touchdown. They come up with the return, an onside kick, if you will, because here's what the Volunteers were doing.
Hold on, Dakota, I can't let you get away with that. You just got your dream. You had Bibbs,
and now I got Gibbs. I know. But what the Volunteers were doing is trying to let that ball go out of bounds, and that ball had other ideas. That's why they play. That's why they don't play with a round ball, folks. Ball at the 34-yard line. The Cowboys could make this a 4-score game. The handoff to George, a big stiff arm on the left side. George keeps on going. He takes down another one. 2 stiff arms and a first down. Jaden George, calm down a little bit, why don't you?
Talk about double dibsing. I'm telling you, man, that strategy of this pooch kick that we're talking about. How about the fact that the special teams comes up huge for Coppell?
And they're going to let the 2-minute warning happen. And the Cowboys, they will have the ball at about the 23-yard line, close to the Frostbake red zone. A chance to make this somewhat a 4-score game heading into halftime. And now they're kind of in the position of clock management. Move the ball as best you can, get some scores, and prevent the Volunteers from scoring, getting the ball back, and then possibly scoring again. The Cowboys, in a matter of seconds, the pendulum swing for them has taken a turn.
Isn't it unbelievable, though? You know, you hear it. It's like cliche, right? I know I got tired of listening to coaches my whole life, listening to the 3 phases of the game, but it's so true.
Yep.
And in this game, special teams on both sides have had massive impacts on what we've seen happen on the field.
Volunteers' lone points came from a kickoff return touchdown. The Cowboys' special teams of their own, Kenneth Gibbs Jr. getting the poach kick recovery. So each special teams unit, that 3rd phase of the game, as you mentioned, coming up big. And now the Cowboy offense, which has been pretty much perfect all the way through, looking to get another one. Carter has a passing and rushing touchdown, and Nene has a receiving touchdown. McAfee and George each with a rushing touchdown. It's Jaden George out there to Carter's right as he gets the handoff through the left side. Burst through. How about another one? Touchdown Cowboys. Jaden George, his 2nd of the game.
Again, the offensive line legitimately is just parting the waters. They really are. The hole was massive. Up here comes Dakota's favorite part of what we've seen in the first half. And see, this is what's throwing them off. It's not the setup. It's that they then have players come on to change the formation on that extra point. And here you see it. That's what's throwing them off. See, they just got better at it right there. Look at that. Bowie has adapted. The refs have adapted.
Well, hold on. There's 8 seconds left. They're just going to run the play now and say, forget all this. The extra point's good.
There's a flag, Dakota.
But now there's a flag.
When you thought. Oh, boy.
God bless America. We are just...
I think there were 12 men on the field for
you know what?
Bowie. That's what I think.
That might be accurate.
I think somebody came on the field. I think I saw 2 come on and only 1 come off, and I think that's the problem.
And in case you're wondering, that don't fly well. But the referees are having discussions here with both coaches, so let's make sure we're right about this. Make sure there ain't no shenanigans.
Yeah.
And it's correct.
Yep.
So
12 men on the field, and this time Coach Wiley's not going to redo this 1-yard play.
He's not going to deal with this.
And Dakota's thrilled about that.
I am absolutely thrilled. I can only take so much. Well, the Cowboys are doing a lot. 34-7, a minute 52. We'll keep it right here. This is the slowest 2 minutes I've ever dealt with in my life, I think. But, hey, I'm not complaining. The Cowboys have done a tremendous job. They're up 34-7. The offense, they've scored pretty much every drive they've had. Special teams has had a pooch kickoff recovery. And I would, if I was a betting man, I would assume they're probably going to do that again.
Yeah, and the only real mistake we've seen from the Coppell offense was really on that situation where Carter thought that an offsides flag was going to be thrown and should have been thrown, and he threw one up because he thought he had a free play and it was picked off. Other than that, we have not seen the Coppell punter come out.
Even though we have to put the interception on his stat book, we know it's not really your fault, Carter. If you listen to this back, we know it's not your fault. Jonathan Yao back for kickoff. Going to look for that pooch kickoff again. Maybe no, he's just going to send it flying and back into the end zone. That's another way to prevent special teams touchdowns, is just send it flying.
You saw the new rule in the NBA, right? They're now not going to hold those mid-court and further heaves that they throw at the end of the quarters against them. So what you're saying is we need that same stat to come out here for a quarterback? If he's expecting the flag to be thrown, maybe
not expected, when it should have been.
When it should have been. It's a great point, right? Like I've always said that, right? Especially people who play fantasy and all that other kind of stuff. When they throw up a Hail Mary just to try to find something, that is a little rough that you hold that against the quarterback.
This might get me in trouble, but even Stevie Wonder saw that flag should have been thrown, okay? So, it is what it is. Volunteers coming up to the 25-yard line. Jaden Bibbs.
I plead the fifth.
Minute 52 left. Cowboys still looking to get some stops here, prevent the double dip from happening. Bibbs immediately rolling to his left, almost trips and stumbles, and he just throws it away, preventing a mistake from happening there. The smart play, a 2nd and 10. That does stop the clock, however.
And the scary thing is, Dakota, Coppell still has 2 timeouts.
Yes.
And so you got to be careful here if you're Bowie, because if you get stopped again, we've now had 2 plays that literally took about less than a minute off the clock to score for the Cowboys.
The Cowboys can easily score 21 points in a matter of a few minutes if they get the ball back and score again. And Jaden Bibbs is going to be sacked by 2 players on that one.
And Coach Wiley is going to take the timeout.
And that was Godson Osuji, the Terminator, with the sack there, as the Cowboys now, the defense, looking at a 3rd and about 15 there as they take a timeout. We'll take a small timeout here, and we'll shout out another one of our wonderful sponsors, Infinity Solar USA. Have you ever considered owning your own power by going solar? Then contact Dylan Olson with Infinity Solar USA, who's helped thousands of homeowners become their own power company. Call 469-868-4164. Get your exclusive discount and a free solar savings report. Infinity Solar USA. Well, a minute 34 left. The Cowboys up 34-7. The Volunteers 3rd and 17. And it's looking like if the defense can get a stop, the Cowboys will once again, as you mentioned, get the ball back. And they might put up 40 in the first half. And the Cowboys coming out in a prevent-like defense here. We saw that in the first quarter. 3 wide receivers to the left. 1 to the top. Bibbs back to throw. He finds his man, but immediately tackled. Good coverage there. That was Jaden Bibbs, the cornerback, with the good, solid coverage tackle there.
And, there, I was wondering if Coach Wiley was going to go right back to the timeout, and there it is, their final timeout of the half. But they are going to have over a minute, probably by the time that, you never know what will happen. Right now it's a minute 18 seconds till the end of the half, but plenty of time for this Coppell team, who has scored on 2 drives. One took about a minute. The other one actually took closer to 45 seconds.
And we'll shout out UT Southwestern while we have the time. They're now open in Coppell, offering pediatric and adolescent care, primary care, and cardiology services. UT Southwestern, the #1 hospital in DFW, named by U.S. News and World Report. Go Cowboys. So, minute 18, Volunteers, for all intents and purposes, will more than likely punt the ball. And the Cowboys will have the ball back with that time left, and they're up 34-7, an opportunity to at least put some more points on the board. They may put up 40 or more before the end of this half, which that's going to be mentally just, if you're a Cowboy fan, I mean, this is the best they have looked so far with 1.5 games, essentially. They are looking like they are firing on all cylinders.
And
the
there
snap is
it
low.
is.
Snap is low, and the punch, and the ball comes out, and it's recovered by the Cowboys.
Dakota, I was literally about to say, are you ready for the next adventure on special teams for both of these teams? And my, oh my, you saw it again. And if you are Coach Wiley, the best way for you as a special teams player to show him that you are recovering from that touchdown you gave up that was 3 in 2 weeks is now you have gotten the ball on 2 turnovers. That one, a low snap.
Yeah, that snap, the punter, Galatians Payography, snap was low to him, and he tried to recover, and he did, and the ball got stripped out, and my goodness, 1:08 left, and the Cowboys are at the 15-yard line. Not like they need any more better field position. They're already starting at the Frostbake red zone. We'll go ahead and take it. 1:08 left. Carter has an empty backfield.
And remember, this defense for Bowie, they're getting exhausted. They haven't
Absolutely.
had any break.
A lot of running going around. Carter, he's going to try to expose it going up the middle on the QB draw. He gets the first down. He's down about the 5-yard line exactly. That's enough for a first down to make it a 1st and goal. 55 seconds left and counting.
Yeah, again, the power, combination of Carter's power and strength, and a combo also, I think, of a very, very tired Volunteer defense.
Cowboys have no timeout, so they got to be as quick as possible. The botch snap there. Carter, he's running backwards. He needs to get it out, and he does exactly that.
Really good escape by Carter. Took a shot at the end of the play, but the ref says, that's football, young man. That's football.
Yeah, Carter looking for the flag for some extracurricular activity, if you will. Won't get it.
Yeah, I like that they don't call the flag on that. He was in trouble. He did a great job to get the ball out, but taking a little push and shove at the end, that's football.
Well, if you ask the NFL, it's not football.
I
If you
know.
breathe
That's
on
the
somebody,
no-fun league. The no-fun league.
You breathe on someone 15 yards, automatic first down. It's a whole thing. 2nd and goal, the Cowboys at the 5-yard line. Looking to put up 40 points in the first half. They're a touchdown away from it. Dylan McAfee to Carter's left. Play action, Carter, the throw. It's caught. And then the ball comes out.
Oh, they're going to rule it an
and
incomplete
they ruled it
pass.
incomplete.
Yeah.
So the receiver there looked like that was Diego Rodriguez trying to keep his feet in, and then he gets hit.
Yeah, what you're seeing here also, Dakota, is an adjustment, I think, by this Bowie defense. They are no longer going to just rush 4 guys. They are bringing blitzing pressure on every one of these plays now. They know they cannot allow Carter to just sit back there and pick them apart.
And with 25 seconds left, 25 seconds left, maybe you see a little bit of what happened with the Bills and Ravens, where the Bills ran a play and then the special teams comes out, kicks the field goal if they don't make it. So maybe they run a running play here to just see what happens. And they will, but not designed. It doesn't matter. Carter Zingelman up the middle yet again. 40 points for the Cowboys in the first half. Carter Zingelman, another rushing touchdown.
Wow. Just a design, little delay, QB draw right up the gut. And again, Carter Zingerman, that is now, I believe, his 6th touchdown, as you were saying, of the season.
Yeah, all of his touchdowns except one have been rushing. And he could get it done with his arm, but what he does with his legs, I've never seen anything like it from a quarterback.
That's a dangerous, dangerous weapon that Coppell has there and will have out there for the next few years. Another bobbled snap, Dakota.
Snap is bobbled, and it's going to be recovered. You want to get that addressed. I tell you what, special teams has got us exhausted.
Is this? I mean, is it a drama? Is it an action? Is it a comedy? Is it a tragedy? You cannot take your eyes away from special teams right now on this field.
Yeah, Netflix, good luck picking a category for this movie. Well, the Cowboys, listen, here's one thing we know.
Wow.
They're up 40-7 with 18 seconds left in the first half. Like I said, David, this has been a long second quarter just from all the scoring that's taken place. I think we all need a little bit of a halftime. And speaking of halftime, Whirly Ball halftime show, I sound like a broken record because I've said it about 4 or 5 times, trying to smoothly segue into it, but it's been tough. Whirly Ball halftime show coming up at 18 game seconds left.
It's looking like Whirly Ball out there.
It is. Zip around in a whirly bug. Whirly Ball halftime show. Stats from this game, around the district, homecoming court. Who's the king? Who's the queen? Who's the prince? Who's the princess? Who's going to be the talk of the town for the rest of the year? Who knows? But you'll find out soon on the Whirly Ball halftime show.
The talk of the town are going to be the special teams. That's the talk of the town. Both of these teams, they have brought joy. They have brought tears of happiness, sadness, confusion.
It has been a lot. One thing I will say, though, Cowboys have responded a lot better than what happened last week, and they've responded a lot better than the Volunteers so far, hence the reason they're up 40-7. This kickoff, once again, back at the end zone.
Well, and it's the thing that you take for granted, right? We forget how important the snap, the hold, right? It's sometimes it just looks so easy. You forget about these fundamentals, and the execution of this stuff is so vital, and how it can turn on a dime for either team. And look, in a non-district dress rehearsal finale, it's not the end of the world one way or another. But if you're playing for a playoff spot, or you're playing to stay in contention, that can be the difference between a senior moving on and the end of his career.
With 18 seconds left, you would imagine, even though the Volunteers are lined up to run a play here, they may want to play it safe. Maybe they take one shot down the field, see what happens. And it's just a handoff. And that's Ponder, who will go down there at about the 25, 26-yard line. And that will take us to the end of the first half. The Cowboys a resounding 40-7 lead against the Bowie Volunteers of Arlington. We've been teasing it for about 30 minutes at this point. It's the Whirly Ball halftime show. It comes up after a couple of commercial breaks, so we'll be back. This is Coppell Cowboy football on the UT Southwestern Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network on Champion Sports and live streaming on Huddle.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
For those with pure food indulgence, Anamiya's Tex-Mex is the place for you. Anamiya's uses the freshest ingredients in all dishes to offer you the best dining experience. Treat yourself to more than 50 menu choices from the classic to the creative Mexican dish. And not only is Anamiya's the best Mexican restaurant in Coppell, but they're also a top Dallas caterer. Located on the northwest corner of Denton Tap and Sandy Lake, remember, everyone goes home happy after eating Anamiya's. Anamiya's, where contemporary meets sabor. Online at anamiyas.com.
Hey, yo, student section! I'm here with your boy, Cowboy Carl, and we need to tell you something. The Mix is a party that happens every Wednesday night at Fellowship Church for all students, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Follow at The Mix FC for all the details, and go Cowboys!
Are you looking for your young athlete to take the next step? Then check out Performance Course, the #1 training program in the country for school-age athletes. Performance Course is an unrivaled approach to progressively improving athletic ability. This unique course combines sound, proven strength and conditioning principles with the latest methodologies in a dynamic training environment to give your athlete a physical and mental advantage over the competition. Check out the available Coppell ISD-specific courses online by clicking on the Coppell logo at performancecourse.com.
Homeowners in the DFW, listen up. Have you ever considered owning your own power by going solar? Well, my name is Dylan Olson with Infinity Solar USA. We are a locally owned and operated company to the DFW. We've helped thousands of homeowners become their own power company by going solar. We take pride in providing an amazing solar experience. Thanks to Champion Sports Radio, we've created an exclusive discount just for you. To get a free solar savings report, go ahead and give us a call at 469-868-4164. Infinity Solar USA.
Do you feel your home is too humid and slightly musty? Do you have that room or side of the house you don't use because it's too hot or too cold? Do you have family members struggling with health issues or allergies? Then contact Energy Attic and transform your living spaces by transforming your attic. Energy Attic uses a 3-part energy reduction system to make your home or office as comfortable and energy efficient as possible, saving you money, reducing your carbon footprint, and improving indoor air quality. Who doesn't want to save money, breathe cleaner air, and sleep better? Energy Attic helps improve your home climate control, reduces those cold and hot pockets, makes it more comfortable throughout, and saves you up to 40% on your energy bill. It's fast and easy to schedule your free Energy Attic audit. Simply visit EnergyAttic.com and fill out the form. Virtual appointments are available as well. Now is the time to get your project started. So let Energy Attic show you how much you can love the comfort of your home. EnergyAttic.com. Attic solutions to transform your life.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Follow us on Twitter at Champion Sports, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/championsportsradio, or look for us on Instagram at Champion Sports Radio. Tell us why your team will win this week. Share when your favorite athlete is named Player of the Week, or brag about what your school alumni are up to now. That's on Twitter at Champion Sports, facebook.com/championsportsradio, and on Instagram at Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
It seemed like we never get here, but by George, we are here. It's the Whirly Ball halftime show here at Buddy Echols Field. A wild second quarter, especially the last 5 minutes. We're going to discuss all that here with you shortly. Dakota Burke, David Zimmerman, here alongside with you for that Whirly Ball halftime show. And let's not waste any time. We're going to look at these stats. And off air, I looked at the stats. And, well, 33 points scored by Coppell in the second quarter alone. As you pointed out, they scored over half of that in the last 5 minutes. Whether it came from rushing, whether it came from passing, they did it all. Special teams helped a little bit there, as we've talked about it, over the course of this game. That second quarter for Coppell, that said a lot about what this team's made of.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I mean, obviously Coppell dominating the stat line, but it's how they're dominating the stat line, right? 359 total yards of offense. Not in a game, Dakota. That's in a half of high school football. 84 yards for Bowie, so their defense is doing a pretty good job. Again, really one of the only major issues was the special teams touchdown that they gave up. Aside from that, they had done well. Passing through the air, again, Carter Zingelman, 6 of 11, 83 yards, a touchdown, an INT. Jaden Bibbs on the other side, 6 for 13, 49 yards, and interception. But boy, oh boy, the rushing is where it's been happening. How about Zingelman, 8 attempts, 155 yards. That's an average of almost 20 yards a carry there, Dakota. 2 touchdowns. Jaden George, 8 for 70. Dylan McAfee, 7 for 52 and a touchdown. And our buddy Mayer, who came in, 1 attempt, 14 yards. And on the other end, really no rushing much to speak of. Denzel Ponder, 7 for 26. Bird Owl, 1 for 15. Jaden Bibbs, 5 for 6. Jaden Harper, 1 for 2. And Galatians Pagafi, 1 for -14. So right now, even the penalties, I mean, I know the extra point ones are driving you crazy, Dakota. Some haven't been expected. But Coppell only has 1 penalty that's been recorded for 5 yards. Now, the only issue that both of these coaches are going to look at, and Coach Wiley's going to be looking at it, is 2 turnovers for both teams. And 2 turnovers, that just can't happen. But look at the scoreboard. And again, very young quarterback for Coppell having himself a ball game. You got to feel good if you're the Cowboys.
Yeah, and I think that penalty number is the thing that jumps out the most because a couple weeks ago, I mean, they had double-digit penalties for over 100 yards, just they continue to give Saxe free yards, and Saxe's a solid team, a district champions in their own right. So the last thing they need is help. And you go against Waxahachie in that half of a game, and last thing they need is help moving the ball down the field. And there was some flags thrown here and there, and it eventually doesn't count, but they were there. But one penalty for 5 yards. Definitely a positive. Again, you mentioned the turnovers. Definitely something that will have to be looked at. Now, again, put an asterisk on Carter's interception because everybody and their mama knew that flag should have been thrown, but it is what it is.
Well, and don't forget also, by the way, a big drop early by Coppell on what would have been a touchdown.
Would have been.
So this game could even be more lopsided than it already is right now for a couple of mistakes. But, and if I remember correctly, Dakota, I want to say that penalty was one of the first penalties plays in the first 3 minutes of the game. So they haven't had a penalty now going on almost a quarter and almost 2 full quarters, honestly.
Well, that is just the half of it here as we take a look around what's going on around the state and everywhere else. So far, some games to look at. Cedar Hill playing Red Oak. They're up 35-3. The game of the week pretty much to everybody. If you're a Coppell fan, you won't like these two teams, and I'll explain why. You have Geyer, which that's pretty much your district rival and the favorite to win this district. And then you have North Crowley, who the eventual state champions and the team that knocked off Coppell last year in the playoffs. At halftime, it is 20-14 Geyer. So maybe North Crowley's run is just a one-and-done kind of thing. That will remain to be seen.
Well, when you announced that Cedar Hill score, I got to see them last week against Midlothian, who was ranked, and everyone thought Midlothian was going to win. And let me tell you, Cedar Hill is back. There is no question they are back after I watched last week.
It indeed appears that way. You normally are analyzing what's going on in the Lake Highlands territory. They're up 24-3 against Flower Mound. So Flower Mound once again finding themselves on the outside looking in another big game that's happening. If you're a Coppell fan, obviously if you're listening to this, why would you not be? Lancaster and Hebron. Lancaster up 14-10 at the half against Hebron, so that's a big one there going on there. And just doing a quick little scan of other happenings around.
Some really good games in non-district play, Dakota. I like that these teams are all playing against each other.
Just trying to find something else that jumps out. South Lake Carroll up 38-3 against Byron Nelson. I can't say I'm too surprised. Waxahachie up 14-7 against Forney. And like I said, that's just the half of it. So when we come back, we're going to let the Coppell band do their thing. And there's a lot of interesting get-ups going on there on the Coppell side of things of the band. We might have ourselves a little bit of a show going on when they come out. And, of course, it's homecoming. So we're going to let you know, and you'll hear who's your prince, who's your princess, who's your king, who's your queen, your two court jesters here, Dakota Burke and David Zimmerman. We will be back shortly to give you everything and then some here on the Worldly Ball Halftime Show.
It's about award-winning service. When you have an account with Frost, you have a relationship with Frost. They'll answer the phone when you call 24/7 right here in Texas, and they'll be there for you with a square deal and prudent financial advice and tools to help you with all the milestones in the years ahead. Frost is your corner and around the corner. Frost is expanding across the Metroplex, and they're committed to supporting the communities they serve. While other banks are closing locations, Frost is bringing their people from banking, investments, and insurance into more corners of the Metroplex. Deposit and loan products are offered through Frost Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Johnson Management Company is an independent family-owned McDonald's franchisee serving North Texas communities since 1986. At JMC, they actively support their communities through their involvement with schools, youth sports, and local charities. Your locally owned Coppell McDonald's proudly supports the Coppell Cowboys and reminds you to download the McDonald's app for all the best deals. Place your pickup order at the South Denton Tap Road location here in Coppell, or if you can't make it in, have your favorites delivered right to you. JMC McDonald's says, let's go, Big Red.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
As the sole provider of the Coppell High School mouthguards, Dr. Bailey and his team have been proudly perfecting and protecting Coppell smiles since 1987. From Invisalign to braces to early treatment for your little smiles, Dr. Bailey will craft a customized treatment for each and every smile in our lovely community. Learn more about who they are and what they do by visiting CoppellOrtho.com. That's CoppellOrtho.com. Bailey Orthodontics, proudly serving the Coppell community since 1987.
Coppell Cowboys, we want to personally invite you to join us this Sunday at Fellowship Church in Grapevine.
For over 3 decades, Pastor Ed Young and Fellowship Church have been creatively and boldly communicating the Bible.
For more information, visit fellowshipchurch.com and go Cowboys!
UT Southwestern is the proud sponsor of Coppell High School's First Responders Night. Along with its main campus in Dallas, UT Southwestern sees patients in Frisco, Richardson, Plano, the Park Cities, Las Colinas, Fort Worth, Redbird, and now open in Coppell. UT Southwestern is the #1 hospital in DFW, named by U.S. News and World Report. Thank you, first responders. Go Cowboys!
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
Back here at Buddy Eccles Field as we still continue on with 15 minutes left here at the Whirly Ball Halftime Show. Life's more fun in a Whirly Bug. And coming up next year, we got the Coppell Band getting all ready. We have some folks, for whatever reason, we don't know, but they are dressed up in the leis and the Hawaiian shirts and the shorts. And I mean, hey, it's good weather to be dressed like that. I mean, we're a little far away from that kind of wear. We're not exactly in Hawaii, but
it's making me want to be in Hawaii.
You know what? I wish too, but nonetheless, those folks are out there, the band's out there, and we're about to get ready for some good old halftime homecoming shenanigans. So we're going to toss it down there and let you guys enjoy it, and we'll be back once it's all over.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, Coppell High School is proud to present the award-winning Coppell Laureates. The Laureates are under the direction of Miss Haley Mitchell and Assistant Director Miss Julie Strayland. The Laureate social officers are Alejandro Carrillo, Suneti Akala, Taylor Woods, and Kendall Grace. The Laureates would like to thank the following sponsors: the Steakhouse, Bailey Orthodontics, Coppell Dentistry for Kids, Coppell Heritage Dentistry, and Dana's Studio of Music. The 2025-2026 Laureate line officers are Junior Lieutenant Laura Todd, Junior Lieutenant McKenna Carroll, Senior Lieutenant Cooper Bergie, Senior Lieutenant Sarah Joe, and Captain Avery Schaefer. Laureate of the Week is veteran member Oscar Suzuki. Hardest Worker of the Week is veteran member Leah Phillips. Teacher of the Week is Miss Angela Barnes. Thanks for all you do. Tonight, the Laureates will be performing with a very special group of gentlemen. Cowboy fans, give it up for your Larrys. The Larrys and Laureates will be performing to I Get Around.
Welcome to Coppell's halftime King and Queen presentations. Here are our homecoming court and the 2025 homecoming King and Queen nominees. The freshman class of 2029 is proud to present their Lord and Lady, Mr. Akil Saravanan and Miss Varsha Sivaprasad. Our Lord was nominated by our CHS band program and Our Lady by the CHS tennis program. The sophomore class of 2028 is proud to present their Duke and Duchess, Mr. Neil Patel and Miss Alex Cole. Our Duke was nominated by our KCBY program, and the Duchess was nominated by the CHS Cheer Squad. The junior class of 2027 is proud to present their Prince and Princess, Mr. Liam Dungan and Miss Haley Chu. Both Prince and Princess were nominated through the Student Council and Student Leadership Program. And now, our homecoming King and Queen nominees. Our first set of homecoming King and Queen nominees are Mr. Aaron Montez and Miss Elizabeth De Santiago. Aaron was nominated by KCBY, and Elizabeth was nominated by our CHS Sidekick. Our second set of homecoming King and Queen nominees are Mr. Davis Butts and Miss Kennedy Coronado. Davis was nominated by the senior student body, and Kennedy was nominated by our Red Jacket Ambassador program. Our third set of homecoming King and Queen nominees are Mr. Sanjay Sudan and Miss Anju Anand. Sanjay was nominated by our Eco Club and Anju to the choir program. Our fourth set of homecoming King and Queen nominees are Mr. Johan Patiati and Miss Lindsay Yu. Johan was nominated by CHS Student Council, and Lindsay was nominated by our CHS band. Our final set of homecoming King and Queen nominees are Mr. Jaden Todd and Miss Mavis Prince. Jaden was nominated by the CHS Varsity Football Program, and Mavis was nominated by our CHS Student Council. Let's give these young men and women a round of applause. Helping us crown our homecoming King and Queen is our Count and Countess, Mr. Rocky Frade and Miss Hannah Corley. Let's welcome back our 2024 homecoming King and Queen, Mr. Ethan Shuey and Miss Serenity Avalos. Ethan is studying economics at UT Austin and wants to thank CHS for offering him space to grow and foster personal growth. Serenity is studying at Arizona State University, majoring in the nursing program, and is part of the ROTC program, while being a member of the Kappa Alpha Theta sorority. She will always remember the long relationship CHS gave her, especially in the student leadership class. And now, our 2025 Coppell High School King is Mr. Davis Butts. And our 2025 Coppell High School Queen is Miss Kennedy Coronado.
All right, so the homecoming festivities have concluded. It was good to see last year's homecoming king, you know the name, Ethan Chewy, back here at Coppell to welcome in the new homecoming king and queen, the King Davis Butts and the Queen Kennedy Coronado. Big congratulations to them both and everybody involved in homecoming and all the awards they have received. When we come back, we got 2.5 minutes left until we kick off a second half. Will it be just as wild as the first half? Maybe. If you want to know that, just tune in right back here at the other side of this break. This is the Coppell Cowboys football on UT Southwestern, Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network, Champion Sports Radio, and live streaming on Huddle.
To Bliss Orthodontics, where you'll experience the Bliss difference. Dr. Edau at Bliss Orthodontics is your leading Coppell orthodontist and has been serving the community for more than a decade. Bliss Orthodontics treats children and adults and can help you with braces, Invisalign, and even those affected by sleep apnea. Dr. Edau has more than 25 years of experience and has been named Best Orthodontist in North Texas by D Magazine. Bliss Orthodontics actively supports our local schools and sports teams, and they're a proud sponsor of Coppell Cowboys football. You can find them online at BlissOrtho.com.
Living in North Texas provides all of us with an amazing quality of life, including an affordable cost of living, outstanding schools, unbelievable cultural opportunities, and the best sports around. But we also have to put up with severe storms. Hi folks, Champion Sports Radio President and Founder Thomas Lee here to tell you when a hail or windstorm comes through your neighborhood, do what we did and call Greenleaf Roofing. Greenleaf Roofing is a fully insured, locally owned and operated company built on the values of amazing craftsmanship, affordable options, and innovative solutions. And they are proud that those values still stand as a foundation for their business today. And did I mention Greenleaf Roofing has 24-hour emergency service available? It's nice to know Greenleaf Roofing will be there in a hurry if you need them. After the first experience, I became a customer for life and have used them on 3 different homes. But don't just take my word for it. Learn about the Greenleaf Roofing difference yourself by calling them at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com to find out how you can get your free quote. Greenleaf Roofing, the #1 choice for all your roofing needs.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Each year across the United States, young lives are lost to sudden cardiac arrest, and our communities are left to pick up the pieces. That's what happened in April of 2009 when Zachary Schraw lost his life to an undiagnosed heart condition after collapsing suddenly during a Plano East Senior High School football practice. After his death, Zach's loved ones knew it was time to take action to protect young hearts across North Texas from this silent killer. Since its establishment in 2009, Living for Zachary has impacted thousands of families by providing heart screenings for ages 12 to 22, donating AEDs to youth-based organizations, and training community members in the use of CPR, all with the goal of saving lives. Sudden cardiac arrest doesn't wait, so we can't either. Schedule your child's heart screening today, apply for an AED for your organization, or make a donation that could change a life forever. Together, we can give our children's hearts a second chance. Join the movement to save young hearts at livingforzachary.org today.
Well, after an eventful first half, and after homecoming is now concluded, there's a second half of football waiting. It's 40-7 Cowboys, and usually that's a really good final score. But David, that's just half of it. What do you think we're going to see in the second half?
Well, look, I think we all know that the game, the score is probably, unless we just see. Look, I saw it all with the Ravens and the Bills.
Right.
I've seen plenty this week, right? You saw the the Vikings the other night in that crazy game they had. I just think right now, if you're a coach of either of these squads, it goes back to what we talked about in the pregame show, Dakota, which is this is your last shot to get everything kind of out there before the games start to count next week. So I think if you're players, you're looking to move up the depth chart. If you're looking to get more snaps for cardio, repetition, to help yourself, that's a huge message. And right now, if you're special teams for both sides, you're looking to make it a much more smooth half than what we saw in the first half. But if you're Coppell, you're feeling pretty darn good about that second quarter right now.
And those Cowboys coming back on the field for the second half. I need to make myself a little bit of a note. And this is my mistake. You know, we have some new sponsors here, and we're trying to come up with new things to get them involved. Well, there's been some Cowboys turnovers, and here's what I failed to say. That's another CLC Roofing Cowboys turnover. You guess what? The Cowboys defense has you covered. CLC Roofing does too. They're your reliable Dallas roofing company. So if anyone from CLC Roofing is listening, I apologize. We just got you worked in here, but I promise you, we love you. Please keep sponsoring us. We appreciate everything you do. Now that I've got that out of the way, I will try to remember that.
The Cowboys special team also has you covered, CLC Roofing.
Yeah, there you go. Offense, defense, special teams, roofing. They do it all. So when there's another turnover, if there is, I got a card I'm staring at that I'll stare at.
I got to tell you, Dakota, the fact that this is the first out of 3 weeks I've done without a lightning delay or a postponement or whatever, you're doing just fine, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm a little salty about the lightning delay because when you think about it, the game didn't count, so it was like we were never here. But yet I drove
You were there. You were there.
I drove here,
You were there.
But it's like it anyway. Forget about me. Let's go to the field. Cowboys are getting set up to kick this one off. They're up 40-7. We're about to start a second half of football here. If you missed it, homecoming king is Davis Butts. Homecoming queen, Kennedy Coronado. Big congratulations to them on that honor. And good to see last year's homecoming king, Ethan Chewy, a former wide receiver for Coppell, now at UT Austin studying economics. I heard that pays well. So here come the Cowboys. Kicking off here, Tidwell slips on the kickoff.
Oh, my goodness.
More special team shenanigans. But this time, the ball carrier there on the return down at the 30.
If you are a fan of the unknown,
boy,
you need to make sure that you are present for every special team snap. I mean, that was crazy. The turf monster came up and got the kicker.
Yeah, I mean, we have jokingly talked about special teams and the wild things that have happened there. But, I mean, really, just when you think you've seen it all, there's more that happens.
What was impressive is he got the kickoff, and it wasn't a bad kick. That was the most impressive part of it.
Tidwell, even with the slip, had a very good kickoff.
The Russian judge gave him an 8.5, Dakota.
30-yard line is where the Volunteers will start. Jaden Bibbs in shotgun, a screen pass to Osunday Brown, and Osunday Brown down the right sideline. May have got the first down if he kept his toes in before. And it looks like he's right at the marker. And they will indeed give him the first down. Kedrick Osunday Brown, their returning starter, there on the catch.
Yeah, Osunday Brown with a nice catch there. And if you are right now Bowie, right, you're just trying to get the sticks moving, Dakota. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm, get some positive yardage. And above all, your defense just got a break in halftime, but your defense was gassed at the end of the first half because of all the mishaps.
This offense under 100 yards in the first half, no points scored by them. It's an RPO. It's Jaden Bibbs who puts his shoulder down and spins, gets a little bit of extra room, and he crosses midfield down to about the 47-yard line of Coppell. It's a first down.
Yeah, and there again, Jaden Bibbs. You know, you've got that senior, that experience, second year on varsity. He was the backup last year, but I've liked the way he's run the ball.
Bibbs with a little bit of a screen on the rollout there, and that one is caught. That one is Deontay Tennyson. He was busy last week, 6 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown in that game against Keller, in which Bowie only ended up losing that one just by 2 as they come up quickly here. 2nd and 8 at the 44. Bibbs, he'll hand it off to the running back. That's Ponder, and Ponder is brought down forcefully right at the line of scrimmage. Denzel Ponder He's had a couple good carries here and there, but other than that, this defense, they are stopping everything in the air and on the ground.
Yeah, that was his 8th carry, and again, I think that's been the biggest problem for the Bowie offense, right? They just haven't had that balance. And when you've got Coppell doing such a good job of stopping that run, you become very one-dimensional. And right now, you just need a little bit more out of that running game to get this offense where it needs to go.
Bibbs has 2 running backs, one directly to his right, and that one's a botch snap. Bibbs will have to make something out of nothing, and he will get less than nothing as the Cowboys will take him down for a loss of 1 there. And once again, the Volunteers on offense not able to get the ball moving. They did a little bit, but it resorts to once again another punt, and the Volunteers punting team is out.
Yeah, I get it. It's 4th and 8, but it's a non-district, and this is the time to try stuff. And I guess you want to get your punter some action with all the special team stuff. A little surprised, though, on the Coppell 45 that they wouldn't even go for it here. I think now would be a good time to try it, but I understand you're trying to get a lot of kicks out of this thing.
Looks like a decent punt here. That one's going to take a Bowie bounce and almost close to the 5-yard line. The Cowboys will have to start. It looks like they will be marked at about the 9-yard line. That's going to be the furthest back the Cowboys offense has had as far as starting field position-wise at their 9-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great punt. That's why I'm up here rather than down on the sidelines coaching right there. That was a beautiful punt. Well done. Now the biggest question is, can this Bowie defense do something that they have not done since they got that controversial interception on what we thought was an offsides call? They haven't stopped this Cowboy team at all.
Other than a fumble by Diego Rodriguez earlier and that interception that shouldn't have been, this offense has been pretty much perfect as they get the ball situated where it's supposed to be on the left hash mark. Dakota Burke here. David Zimmerman calling the action for you. Tom Dewar will be back in a couple weeks as we start off our district schedule. Bye week next week, and then we head over to Hebron to start off the district play. Carter Zingelman in shotgun. He hands it off. That should be, if my drive counter is correct, should be Jaden George there. George and McAfee, they swap out every drive, and George on that handoff gets really nowhere. There is an injured party down on the field for Coppell, and it actually is Jaden George.
Yeah, Jaden George looks like something with the right leg area. That's one of the first times tonight that you saw this Bowie defense, what I would call, looks like he's cramping.
Yep.
So that's a good sign, actually. But that was one of the first times I would call it a whiteout, right, where you saw 6 and 7 white jerseys overtake the Coppell running back. Most of the time tonight, it's been 1-on-1, 2-on-1 at best, and you've just seen Coppell hammer them down the field on rushing.
And Jaden George getting the stereotypical cramp stretching exercises going as it looks like he's still suffering the effects of it. It's the second cramp we've seen tonight. It's a warmer night than it probably has been really since pre-district.
And as you said, long
yes.
First half.
These guys have been out there a long time. That first half, I mean, it essentially took
an hour and
a half, which is longer than usual. But when Coppell scores 33 points in the second quarter, and then you have all the other stuff in between that happened, I mean, that's what's going to happen. So George gingerly walking off. I'd assume he'll probably get the rest of this drive off, and maybe we'll see him back in the drive. Not after, but after that as McAfee will come on.
And we made light about the weather issues that have been, but remember, those are precious reps that the teams haven't been getting when these games have been canceled, postponed, delayed, and that leads to the cramping as well.
2nd and 10 here. The handoff is to McAfee down the left side. A flag comes in right at the tackle at the 10-yard line, so we'll see what that is all about.
Yeah, in the neighborhood of holding.
3rd down.
And they call holding on Jacob Anene, the wide receiver. So they will replay the down, but they'll spot it at the 5-yard line.
And that's impressive. If you're the defensive player who fought through the Anene hold and still made the play, that's pretty good stuff right there.
And it looks like, all right, so they're going to decline it, and it's going to be a 3rd and 9, so it's as if nothing happened.
Yeah, which is interesting, I guess. I mean, you could have gotten at least another 4 to 5 yards on that penalty. I mean, if he's just concerned about giving them 2 downs essentially to get the yardage, but, I mean, you've got them so backed up right now. What would be the harm in backing them up even more?
Good to see if they can get a 3rd down stop. The Cowboys have not punted in this game so far, and that one is caught in a big hit, and the ball's out.
Yeah, I think that's going to be – so we've got one ref calling him down, another ref calling an incomplete pass. I was going to say it had to be an incomplete pass. I don't think he ever had the ball with the feet firmly down, making a football move, although someone will have to explain to me, Dakota, one of these days, what exactly is a football move?
I agree with you.
Is it the Heisman pose? Is it,
I know people bring up the whole Des Bryant, Des Carter thing.
Right.
The thing that blows my mind, I think it was the Lions and the Bears. When Calvin Johnson caught a touchdown, he landed on the ground, and the ball hits the ground, the ball comes out. I mean, 99% of the time that's a catch, and they say he didn't catch it.
Well, you go back to the glory years of the 90s Cowboys and myself growing up, no one was being as crazy with are these catches or not back then.
They ruled it incomplete. The first punt of the game from Yao. That's a nice booming punt.
Oh,
and
what
it's
a
going to
punt.
keep on rolling. Past midfield and down at the Bowie 42.
Out of his own end zone, basically.
Jonathan Yao, he's got that ability to punt over 50 yards. He's got 5-second hang time. He's kind of got the golden numbers that you look at for.
And he might have had the best hit of the night.
Honestly, he might have as well. Can't forget that tackle he had earlier. Hey, if you want to tackle your food indulgence, Anna Mia's Tex-Mex is the place for you. Anna Mia's uses the freshest ingredients in all dishes, offer you the best dining experience on northwest corner of Den Tap at Sandy Lake, or online at annamias.com.
Ricky's Tacos. You'll thank me. Ricky's Tacos when you're at Anamia's.
There you go. You're even getting menu options. David Zimmerman does it all.
Oh, my gosh. I can tell you about Anamia's. I've done some damage.
Bibbs for the Volunteers going deep on the first play. It's caught. And it's going to be a touchdown right off the bat.
What a throw. What a catch. That was the most impressive thing we've seen out of this team tonight.
Maxwell Nichols, a 59-yard catch and score. And just like that, the Volunteers get the score with the extra point pending. It looks to be a 40-14 game.
Wow. Well, that is a guy who, against Keller, was one of 2 wide receivers with 100 yards, Dakota, the other week, and now you see why. Unbelievable speed and then the ability to just break through that tackle and cash it in.
The extra point is good, so the Volunteers do make it a 40-14 game. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on the UT Southwestern Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network on Champion Sports Radio and live streaming on Hub.
Welcome to Bliss Orthodontics, where you'll experience the Bliss difference. Dr. Edau at Bliss Orthodontics is your leading Coppell orthodontist and has been serving the community for more than a decade. Bliss Orthodontics treats children and adults and can help you with braces, Invisalign, and even those affected by sleep apnea. Dr. Edau has more than 25 years of experience and has been named Best Orthodontist in North Texas by D Magazine. Bliss Orthodontics actively supports our local schools and sports teams, and they're a proud sponsor of Coppell Cowboys football. You can find them online at BlissOrtho.com.
Back here at Buddy Eccles Field as the Cowboys continue to lead, but 40-14 as the Volunteers. All it took was one play, 59-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Bibbs to Maxwell Nichols as Leo Espindola will kick off, one of the few times he's kicked off in this one. And it's going to be a really short, almost onside-like kick, and it is recovered by the Cowboys. You know, what frustrates me, David, if this was the NFL, you'd have to call the House, call the Senate, call the President, make sure you get everything you need.
Tell your neighbor, your mailman.
Say, hey, I'm declaring that I'm kicking an onside kick. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I will say I am loving, though, the XFL kickoffs that the NFL has now implemented.
Yes,
I absolutely love that.
Minus the whole landing zone thing, whatever.
But it's but you saw the stat, right? This was the best and most return yards you've ever had in a weekend in NFL. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I will say it's pretty
better than
awesome.
every ball going to the back of the end zone.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the Cowboys are looking for the back of the end zone as Eshawn Mayer coming into the game as he hands it off. That's Dylan McAfee through the right side. McAfee breaks through. Oh, Dylan McAfee, you stud, you. Touchdown, Cowboys. One play by the Volunteers, one play by the Cowboys. My, oh, my.
I feel like, Dakota, my two sisters were back in the day watching 90210 and Luke Perry when you just said, Dylan, you stud, you. I heard that many times in my household. Well done, Dylan McAfee. What a response. Just as I was about to say, if you're Coach Joseph Sim, you got to feel great about how your Bowie Volunteers came out of the locker room. What a response on the ground.
Jaden Tidwell, the whistle on the Donix extra point. You know by now, it's good. And just like that, 47-14. We'll try to catch our breath again, and we'll come back with 6:44 left here at Buddy Eckers Field.
Johnson Management Company is an independent, family-owned McDonald's franchisee serving North Texas communities since 1986. At JMC, they actively support their communities through their involvement with schools, youth sports, and local charities. Your locally owned Coppell McDonald's proudly supports the Coppell Cowboys and reminds you to download the McDonald's app for all the best deals. Place your pickup order at the South Denton Tap Road location here in Coppell, or if you can't make it in, have your favorites delivered right to you. JMC McDonald's says, let's go, Big Red.
You know what they have, unfortunately?
We're back here at Buddy Eckles Field, and, the Volunteers, one play, 59 yards, and then the Cowboys decided, that looks kind of fun. Why don't I do that? Eshawn Mayer decided to hand it off to Dylan McAfee and do a little trickery of his own down the right side and get the rushing touchdown. 47-14, 6:44 left in the third quarter. And the way things are going, we saw Eshawn Mayer out there. It may be Carter Zingelman's night might be done, not by injury, but just by rest. We'll wait and see, but it looks like that could be the case.
I think that would be the smart thing at this point. Again, give everybody a chance, especially with the district play coming up.
That one in the back of the end zone. It's going to be returned, though. And it's down over to the 25.
Here we go again.
Going to be stopped at the 35. The Volunteers taking their chance. Princeton Campbell took the kickoff about 2 yards in the back of the end zone after Tidwell's kickoff. And
until those special team issues are taken care of, why wouldn't you, right?
Exactly.
And it paid off again. And he took it out when he first took it out, my first thought, Dakota, I'm sure like yours was, why is he doing that? And then you're thinking, well, we know that right now there are holes in that special teams. And sure enough, he returned it for 35 yards.
The return there does get him to the 35 as this Volunteer offense coming right back onto the field after they scored a 59-yard touchdown pass. That was Jaden Bibbs to Maxwell Nichols. And
so impressed with the rushing game of Coppell tonight. They're well over 300 yards on the ground.
And that one is caught. And that one's going to be a first down right in midfield. That one is Antonio Berto. 9 catches, 172 yards, and a touchdown last week. He's been quiet tonight, but he gets a first down there.
And how about the little amount of time it is taking on these big play strikes right now, Dakota, for both teams? Talk about putting up a lot of points in a hurry. I hope you took the over.
3 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Jaden Bibbs has an empty backfield as he waits to get the play off. There's 12 seconds left on the play clock. Cowboys looking like they're going to bring some pressure. At least 4 guys, maybe 5. Running back now to Bibbs' left. Bibbs keeps it himself, and he gets about 3 yards there on the RPO. It's 2nd and 7, and a helmet comes off for one of the Volunteer players, so he'll be out for at least this one play.
Boy, I'll tell you, Bibbs was holding that ball like a loaf of bread right there, Dakota. He's got to be careful holding that ball like that. He got away with it because he didn't take much of a stick, but that was very dangerous.
Jeremiah Gutierrez is the Bowie player off for this play. He's the left guard, starting left guard. Bibbs gets the snap and shotgun. The throw is caught. That's O'Sunday Brown to the right side. O'Sunday Brown sheds a couple tackles. Should have been down at the 25, but he kept trucking along. And he gets to about the 15-yard line, and the Volunteers find themselves in a rare occasion tonight in the red zone.
Yeah, another great run by O'Sunday Brown. He's looking like he's running on Sundays.
Bibbs, handoff, and it's stopped. The ball looks like it came loose. That's at least what everybody's fighting for there in the scrum, what it looked like, but I mean, it looks like that was all for naught. Jaden Harper was the ball carrier there, and I mean, as soon as he got the ball, but there looks like there was a flag on the play, maybe.
All I know is that the coaches in the box next to us here, there was a loud panic going on when that ball hit the ground.
And I guess there was no flag. It looked like the ref was about to announce a penalty, and he fooled me. So, two receivers to the left, Harper to Bibbs' left as well. Bibbs, play action, a flag down right at the throw that's incomplete.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold.
Bibbs' pass is incomplete. Agenda number 3, Antonio Bruno. Flag on the play.
This is going to be oh, no, they call offsides on the defense. I knew it was against the defense. I thought there was a hold out there in the screen, but, you know, we talked about how clean of a game this has been, and that's a penalty right there. Again, you don't think of it as such a big deal in a game like this, but you really got to clean that stuff up going into district play next week.
2nd and 8. And they have the ball right about the 14-yard line. The Volunteers, for one of the first times in the red zone, trying to get back-to-back scores here. It'd be the first time in the game they would do that. The pressure's on. Bibbs to the left. He has no one in front of him barely. Jaden Bibbs taken down right near the pylon. He's down at about the 2-yard line. That will reset a fresh set of downs. So the Volunteers 1st and goal, and they're creeping along.
Yeah, that was actually a really great defensive play. I did not think there was any way you were going to stop Jaden Bibbs from getting into the end zone on that. So kudos on the angle on that tackle, but it does set up that 1st and goal right at the 1.
A loaded formation here for the Volunteers. They hand it off. A big hit as the running back who took it. It looks like it was Harper. Doesn't matter. He rolls in for the touchdown, and the Volunteers get another touchdown on the board.
So right now, you know, we're seeing a lot of new faces, a lot of guys getting to the action here, but you know, Bibbs and this Volunteer offense has yet to be stopped in the second half.
That is true. They have been, again, last drive, one play, 59-yard touchdown pass, and on that one, a methodical drive there, getting the 6 points, the extra point here from Leo Espindola. The snap is low.
Unbelievable.
Bosch snap, trying to strip the ball from the holder, won't do it. So
I have lost count, Dakota.
I have.
I don't know how many snap malfunctions we have seen tonight from both teams. We've got to be at least 4 or 5. I've lost the count.
It definitely feels that way. No malfunctions up here at the Coppell Cowboy Radio broadcast booth. Dakota Burke, David Zimmerman here along with you. Of course, programming note, next week is an off week for us, and then we will be heading to Hebron as the district season starts. As some say, the games really start to matter. District play starts in a couple of weeks, so if you want to join us in person, head down over to Hebron High School, or if not, of course, listen here on Coppell Cowboys Broadcast Network by UT Southwestern on Champion Sports Radio. And of course, it's always live streaming on Huddle. Tom Dewar, he'll be back as well, calling the action as he felt like the need to go to Florida or something. I don't know. Your broadcast partner's over all the way.
I know, he's in Italy.
In Italy.
We got guys eating gelatos. We got guys dancing on the beach. Not Dakota and myself. We're here for you.
That's amore indeed. Volunteers will kick it off here.
Can you sense my jealousy? Is it just oozing into your broadcasting here?
You think you're the only one that's jealous. Volunteers will kick off. It's 47-20. It's an onside kick that just rolls out of bounds, so a procedure penalty there. Cowboys will take that any day, twice on Sunday.
That's a great job by the Cowboys special teams letting that roll out. Here's the funny part. I still haven't seen the flag drop.
It was right there on the sideline.
Was
so
it?
Yeah, it was blocked. I didn't see
did
them
it?
throw
Okay, I never even saw it thrown. But yeah, really impressed there by the special teams, allowing that one just to go out of bounds. Good job. And now, can the Volunteers get a stop? That's the question, Dakota. They got one on the first drive. And again, as you said, looks like Carter Zingeren's is done.
At least for now.
For precautions. Yeah, I mean, you stop them here, and all of a sudden you get this thing back to within 3 scores. We could see something very different.
So Eshawn Mayer, the wide receiver / backup quarterback, is in again. Running back to his right, 3 receivers to the top. This one's handed off. And it looks like that's McAfee who flirted with trying to once again pop out of the left side and then go for the touchdown. And another note, Jaden George, ever since his cramp, has not been seen either. One might say his day might be done as well, which, you know, it's one thing for Carter to sit and then bring on Eshawn Mayer, but when Jaden George is out and you bring on Dylan McAfee, they don't make things anything easier. That's for sure.
It doesn't. It's like, can we go to the next person?
Which the next person would be, if I'm not mistaken, would be Jaden Todd, who was a nominee to be homecoming king.
There you go.
Mayer will hand it off to McAfee down the middle again. And the ball's out. And it's recovered by the Volunteers. Oh, boy.
How about that?
Another turnover. Another ball squeaking through the arms of the Cowboys and the Volunteers. Now, granted, they're down by 27 points with 2:42 left in the third.
But remember, they were down, 33 at halftime.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're talking about a team that now has an opportunity. Should they get down the field with 2:42 here in the third, they could be within 3 scores.
Slowly but surely, they're trying to find their way back into this. Jaden Bibbs in shotgun, running back to his left. He's going to go deep on the first play. It worked one drive.
Wow.
And it works there again. Maybe not for a touchdown, but a positive play for them nonetheless. Caught at the 38-yard line. And once again, that's Antonio Bordeaux, who has been coming alive in the second half.
Oh, I thought that was Maxwell Nichols again.
Actually,
yeah, Maxwell Nichols again. Mama, that man, he's everywhere. Now he's on the right side.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the top, 1 at the bottom. Bibbs has some time, evades one. He's going to go up the middle. QB keeper, and he's down, but he will get the first down pretty much right at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, there's a flag down at the 22, but this is going to be on the defense. Defensive holding is what I think I saw in the secondary.
Something with this defense. We'll wait for the confirmation here, but there's a point that I want to make if indeed this is truly on the defense.
Wow, they call it hands to the face, so that doesn't even matter. You're going to accept that, tack on an additional 15 yards, Dakota, and all of a sudden, the realization of this Cowboy team now only being up by 3 scores could be very quickly. And by the way, they did that in 30 seconds with 2 plays.
These drive-extending penalties are rearing their ugly head yet again. Bibbs, quick throw over across the right side to Osunde Brown. Osunde Brown reaches, and he gets the touchdown. Bibbs to Osunde Brown on the hitch route, and the Volunteers have now cut it to 3 scores.
That took 46 seconds for them to go all the way down after the fumble, and all of a sudden, if they get this extra point, you have cut it to 20. And again, 3rd time they've had the ball, Dakota, in this quarter, 3rd time they have scored a touchdown.
The Volunteers are operating like the Cowboys were in the first half. Espindola on for the extra point. Snap is good. The kick is blocked.
Are you even surprised?
Cowboys do recover. It won't matter.
Are you even surprised?
And again, something on special teams that has not happened yet has happened yet again. So
And by the way, Dakota, what you basically said, think about with all of these crazy things, the blocks, the fumbled snap, this game could be far closer than it is right now.
It absolutely could. It could be far closer. It could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
This game. Hey, we want to click a timeout. Shout out one of our great sponsors yet again. As soon as I pull up my whole list of sponsors, there we go. At Frost, it's award-winning service. When you have an account with Frost, you have a relationship with Frost. They'll answer the phone when you call 24/7. Right here in Texas, deposit and loan products are offered through Frost Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. 1:58 left in the third quarter. Minor, the Cowboys started off with a 40-7 lead. It is now 47-26, and this has all happened in the third quarter. The Cowboys have scored, 7 points. The Volunteers, 19 points in this third quarter. So third quarter advantage the Volunteers, and there's still about 2 minutes, give or take, left. And the Volunteers have done some pooch kicks / onside kicks here. So far it hasn't been successful, but the Cowboys need to watch out here.
Yeah, this is, now you're going to see this onside kick again. There's the bounce they needed.
It's dangerous. It's still loose.
They got the ball.
It's recovered.
Wow.
And the Volunteers get it right back.
This is maybe one of the largest swings, Dakota, that I have seen. We saw a second quarter. There is an injured Volunteer at the 50-yard line on that, as there was just a plethora of massive humanity.
And our field of vision is blocked. We can't see who the injured party is.
Yeah, it's completely blocked. But what a turn of events to we were kind of sitting here saying, well, they could cut it to 3 scores. They could cut it to, all of a sudden now, and that's good to see the young man get up.
If I'm not mistaken, that is Antonio Burdo, who's one of the wide receivers on this team that was down, but he looks to be back up and ready to go when his number's called. But to your point, this swing is a little bit interesting. Again, it was 40-7, started the second half. It's 47-26. Volunteers just recovered an onside kick. So you do the math of what that's happened so far and what could happen. This game is getting weirdly closer than it really should be, but that's credit to the Volunteers. Bibbs back out there. What seems like just a short time ago, he was out there. Bibbs takes off, and he's going to be taken down right at the line of scrimmage there. Matt Montague with the stop. It's going to be a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and again, I just can't get over the fact that there's still 1:38 left to go in the quarter because all of this happened so quickly.
Bibbs?
My guess is, though, Dakota, that there's a very good chance that we're going to see that first-team offense come back in.
I would agree.
And I don't think Coach Wiley wants to do that, but I don't know if he has a choice. You do, right? It's still a non-district game, but I get it.
This one, a deep ball thrown to the left side. Again, another catch.
Are you kidding me? Okay, that one-handed grab, I just want to point out.
Maxwell Nichols, by the way, on the catch.
Wait, Maxwell Nichols caught that with one hand, and the entire Bowie coaching staff next to us all stood up on that catch.
Well, they have a reason to. Their team...
I think they were just blown away by that catch.
Blown away by that, and they have a reason to. Their team's down 21 when they were down by 33, and they're pushing along here. That pass there down the left sideline.
Wow.
It looks to be no signal yet. Looks incomplete from here, and it will be a 2nd and 10. But this offense is moving down the field. And to your point, Coach Wiley doesn't want to bring the first team back out there, but if they score here,
you could.
In the third quarter, they could come back out.
You could, but then you also have to deal with the fact that maybe you need to put some other guys in these situations, right, to see how they respond. But that was an unbelievable catch.
Bibbs will roll out to his right, throws it.
Yeah, I think
Dodd, and that's incomplete. Tyree Roberson there.
Wow, he timed that well because I was looking for the flag on that. Really good timing on that coverage. But I'm sorry, I missed it, Dakota. But on that catch by Nichols,
there you go.
Wow. I'm still trying to get over that one-hand catch. By the way, with a guy draped on him. It wasn't like the coverage was bad.
It's why Maxwell Nichols, already on this year, before this game, has 318 yards. By the way, the number one wide receiver in all of 6A. We forgot to mention, we did mention it in the pregame, but we haven't mentioned it all game long, but you see why there. This is an important third down here for the defense. Bibbs looking right. Coverage is coming.
Great
and
sack.
The sack. The Cowboys get a big-time sack.
Boy.
That was needed, and that one will be credited to Braylon Powell on the sack there.
Boy, talk about when you needed it. You absolutely nailed that one, Dakota. They needed their defense to step up because, as we had said, the defense had yet to stop this offense in this third quarter, and they came up with a huge play, and they're going.
And why not?
Yeah, I mean, you have to.
Fourth and 15. They don't have to run the play if they can let it go to the fourth quarter, but I imagine they're going to see if they can get something here. 4th and 15. Bibbs back to throw. He's looking right. He's got a lot of room to the left. He's going to take off there. He's going to get the first down and a little bit more to end the third quarter. And the Volunteers are going to resume in the red zone, down 21. But don't let that be a sign that this game is over, because they have been coming back slowly but surely. This fourth quarter, we'll be right back here. It's Coppell Cowboy football on the UT Southwestern Cowboys Broadcast Network on Champion Sports Radio and live streaming on Huddle.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores. 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting. It's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
For those with pure food indulgence, Anamiya's Tex-Mex is the place for you. Anamiya's uses the freshest ingredients in all dishes to offer you the best dining experience. Treat yourself to more than 50 menu choices from the classic to the creative Mexican dish. And not only is Anamiya's the best Mexican restaurant in Coppell, but they're also a top Dallas caterer. Located on the northwest corner of Denton Tap and Sandy Lake, remember, everyone goes home happy after eating Anamiya's. Anamiya's, where contemporary meets sabor. Online at anamiyas.com.
It's been a wacky, wild game, and the fourth quarter is upon us, which means it may even get wackier. Dakota Burt, David Zimmerman here, Champion Sports Radio booth, Champion Sports Radio live streaming on Huddle. It was 40-7 at the start of the third quarter. We start the fourth quarter, it is 47-26, and the Volunteers have the ball. We've seen the Cowboys' second-team offense on, but if the Volunteers score, I mean, we might see them.
Can you send somebody to bring down a water?
We're having a bit of a change here. And if I'm not mistaken, well, the Cowboys' offense is on the field. I thought they got the first down.
I was
about
100%. Wait a minute. He didn't get the first down?
That's shocking. Our vantage point was
He must have stepped out way earlier then.
He must have, because our vantage point, he was on the far sideline. It looked like he definitely got
He
the
was
first down.
down at like the 15-yard line.
Well,
okay, well, there you go.
I'm not going to stop him. McAfee with the handoff.
You know what? That's the only thing I can imagine. He must have stepped out 5 yards from before he got tackled, and we just didn't notice it because he was way beyond the sticks.
We have seen, and you weren't here for this obviously, but against Waxahachie, the Cowboys had recovered a fumble, and the refs got together and said, actually, no, Waxahachie recovered it. And me and Tom looked at each other like, how do you change that? So, you know, maybe there was a discussion and someone saw something different, and which would be valid in that case. But nonetheless, 2nd and 8. Eshawn Mayer still in the game. McAfee to his left. Mayer going to send one to the air, and it's completed. Down at the 25-yard line. Good throw and a good catch there. Diego Rodriguez there on the catch is going to bring up a third down. So 3rd and 4, they have to get essentially the 29.5-yard line. Good time for Mayer in this situation. We haven't seen him in quarterback all pre-district, but now he gets a chance to lead this team down a drive on 3rd down, and Let's see what we have here. They got to hurry it up, though. They got 10 seconds left on the play clock. Now they bring Coppell. One wide receiver to each side, and the flag comes out. It's a false start, so now it brings up a 3rd and 9. So Mayer will have 2 wide receivers to his right.
Well, and again, right, what you need to see right now from this Coppell offense is they need to get the chains moving again.
Mayer now empty backfield, bobble snap. He recovers well. He's got some time, but now he needs to take off running, and he's not going to get anywhere. He's brought down maybe just past the line of scrimmage at best. It brings up 4th down. And the Cowboys, for all intents and purposes, will have to punt this one, and they will.
And that's a part, again, this is such valuable film, right, for Coach Wiley, because, you don't know what's going to happen. You saw Carter Zingerman pull up with a cramp earlier. Mayer came in, had a really nice run for a 1st down on that drive, ended up capping it off with a touchdown. But during the course of the season, these guys have to get these reps, and you want to see them be able to come in and move the chains just like the first team.
So Yao back to punt this one. It's a high punt.
What a great punt.
And he's going to get that roll again. My goodness, look at this one go.
Look at that.
All the way down to the 23-yard line, basically covering 50 yards and some change. Another spectacular punt from Jonathan Yao, who will, once Jaden Tidwell graduates this year, for all intents and purposes, Yao will take over those kicking duties. Real quick, we want to highlight another one of our great sponsors, and that's going to be the Door Church. Their mission is to see lives restored with the gospel. By being gospel-centered, community-driven, and other people-focused, come as you are and join their family of believers. Online at thedoorchurch.net. The Door Church, one heart and one soul. We also have coming up the Greenleaf Roofing post-game show, which there's still a lot of game left, so that post-game show, it could go about 7-8 different ways, but don't worry. We'll be right here, and we'll give you all the action and everything we see here at the Greenleaf postgame show. Bibbs with the throw down to the right side. It is caught by Nichols yet again. He has been a menace for this team. He's down just ever short, about a yard, if even that. It would be 2nd and 1.
And remember, he's only a junior. And again, they are on I've been really impressed with Jaden Bibbs' accuracy in this second half. He's been right on target.
It has been a tale of 2 halves for Bibbs in this entire Volunteer offense. This one, he's going to dish it out to Ponder on the screen. Watch out. Ponder might go, and he steps out of bounds. He was just pushed out of bounds.
He was tight-roping, and now we've got another cramping, I believe, going on back at the 39-yard line for a Coppell Cowboy defender.
Timeout for injured player.
A lot of last game injuries and just minor things happening. Some sort of cramp stretching there going on, at least it looks like. So, again, the cramp monster is catching up to folks.
Yeah, this is kind of what especially, we saw it early in the game, but this is when you kind of expect it to happen. As you get into that 4th quarter, again, just, my goodness.
Yeah, these teams, I mean, the game started about 7:04, 7:05. We're at 9:34. An eventful second half. The 3rd quarter was eventful. These guys are getting a lot of reps. Dare I say more reps than expected. So, that muscle wear and tear is coming into play. As that one was Kenneth Gibbs Jr., the starting safety, who will be on the sideline now. So we will resume here. 1st and 10. Volunteers have it at their own 49. Bibbs back to throw, looking left. Shimmies around the pocket, goes right, and it is caught. Sunday Brown with the catch. Not quite a 1st down. I don't believe, actually, it is a 1st down right there at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, the other thing is, I will say, it is a little weird we don't have yard markers on the other side of the field. I did just realize that we only have them on one side of the field. I like these digital ones, but it's kind of hard to tell when the yard markers aren't on the opposite side.
Yard marker budget is a little tight. Bibbs back to throw. A lot of pressure. Here come the boys, and they will slowly but surely get the sack. And don't know who you would credit for that one. There's about 3 or 4 of them.
Well, the problem is it doesn't really end up being a sack because I'm pretty sure he got yardage. he got back to the line of scrimmage at least.
He's right at the 40. At best, he's at the line of scrimmage. So
Dakota, we're seeing it all tonight.
You know what? I am going to be biased and call it a sack.
You give him a sack. I have no problem with that.
I know who butters my bread.
Yes, you do. And there's a procedure penalty. So now it'll make it more official. They are going backwards.
That's Jalen Wilson, backup left guard, calling that false start. Which the Volunteers, to my recollection, not a lot of penalties in the second half. One of the reasons they keep finding themselves in this game, and now we're having some other discussions of something going on.
But if you're Coach Sam, you are going to love this fight by your team in the second half. I mean, they have made this a game. When you and I were sitting here wondering about 40-plus point spreads and how that affects with rules with running clocks, and not only has that not happened, and regardless of whether it's first team, second team, they've outplayed the Cowboys for much of this second half.
It's a 2nd and 16. Bibbs, the pressure again.
Great job.
Intercepted. The Cowboys defense gets an interception yet again.
Now, the question is, you're going to get a flag here.
2 of them, 3 of them actually on the field.
Yeah, and this is going to be a hit that was delivered by Coppell on a defenseless player. The question is that before or after the turnover? That I don't know. But they all are in the flags are in the same area. And number 27 on, my goodness, Deontay Tennyson, he absolutely took a shot in the back.
Well, I think we're about to find out what's all happening.
It looked like a blindside hit. Yeah, so it happened during the interception return, and that is when Tennyson just absolutely got blocked in the back. I mean, I'm calling it a block in the back. It was more of like a collision in the back.
But guess what I get to say?
What do you get to say?
That's another CLC Roofing Cowboys turnover. Cowboys defense has you covered.
There it is.
CLC Roofing does too. They're your reliable Dallas roofing company. I told you.
Dakota in mid-season form.
I'm telling you. I told you I would remember. Dang it, I did. CLC
well
Roofing.
Done.
Don't come after me. I remember.
Butters your bread. I had no doubt you would be on top of that one.
Well, the Cowboys were on top of the interception after the penalty
play.
And everything. They started about the 27-yard line. Eshawn Mayer. He's going to hand it off up to about the 30-yard line. By the way, in case you keep hearing all the extracurricular noise in our crowd mic, I'm going to take a wild stab that it's the Bowie film crew. I'm not going to tell them to stop talking. They need to communicate. So
yes, no,
they do. It's just a happen of that's where the mic is, and
I'm glad you told me because I thought that was just voices in my head again.
That's a different discussion, and that's something you need to get checked out, my friend.
I'm glad you told me that because I was getting nervous.
2nd and 7. Ball at the 31-yard line. The Cowboys 6.5 left and counting.
What a relief.
Job's not finished. Mayer hands it off. McAfee just falling down through the middle, essentially. He gets to the 35, so he's a couple yards short. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Really good hard running there by McAfee. Impressed at how low he gets to the ground and still keeps those legs moving and churning forward.
When we take a look at the final stats, his stats are going to blow up on the page because he has been a busy man. A lot of scores, a lot of yards. Dylan McAfee I mean, if anyone who's listening to me cares, it's probably going to be your offensive player of the week for Coppell for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I mean, he went over 128 yards a long time ago, so he's got to be closing in on 150, 160 now.
And that handoff to McAfee, about a yard, so it brings up about a 4th and 2. And the punt team will come out yet again for the Cowboys. The clock's still running, 5:19 and counting. So the Volunteers will get the ball back with about just a little under 5 minutes left in the game. Down 21, the odds of their comeback becoming slim and slimmer. With the way they've played and the way this game has been, it's not out of the question, but that opportunity is slowly but surely going away. Now just another monster punt. What a catch there by Bordeaux on the return, and Bordeaux tried to cut back, didn't really get much of anything. He's down at the 30. And there's an injured player down on the field, and it's not looking like just a normal cramp situation either. It's a Coppell player.
All right, Nathan, let's give it the break. Hayden, give it to Hayden.
Couldn't see who it was, but holding his right knee, and looked like a non-contact too. Hope the best, but.
And that's another, exactly right. And, why it's so important, right? You have that week off next week as far as game-wise to get yourself healthy to begin district play at Hebron. But, really, I'll tell you, I like what I've seen from both of these teams in spurts tonight. Obviously there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up, especially on the special teams side. We've talked about that at length. We've also seen some good things from the special teams, but I really like what I've seen out of the Coppell offense. I like what I've seen out of the Coppell defense on 2 massive stands here, including a turnover in this quarter. But I'll tell you, Bowie's shown me something as well on the offensive and defensive ends tonight.
Coach Wiley is also out there, and that injured party is Riker Villainous, the linebacker. He's a senior. Coach Wiley out there checking up on him as well. Tell you what, we'll take a quick break. Oh, actually, he's actually getting up, so we'll keep it right here.
Yeah, good to see that. Not able to put a lot of weight on that leg, but hopefully, like you said, just something he'll walk off, and he already looks like he's starting to put a little bit more weight on it. But boy, I'll tell you, with some of the hits we've seen laid out here tonight, it's been a very physical game. Both teams playing with a lot of pride. I mean, I really like this. I think that the coaches are getting everything out of this last non-district game that they wanted.
And I don't say this to be funny, but to add insult to injury, he was also given the penalty of 15 yards. I didn't hear what the penalty was.
Yeah, isn't that the worst?
That's
the worst.
I mean, you're already dealing with the injury, and then you get called for a penalty.
And then the coach walks over to you and says, and by the way, you got a flag.
Well, the Volunteers are at the 46-yard line now. Bibbs with an empty backfield. They're trying to pull off a miracle. And he's going to look deep to Nichols again.
Oh, my goodness.
Spin move. There's a flag down the left sideline. He's going to score, but there's a flag down at the 40-yard line.
Are you
Maxwell Nichols
kidding me?
An athletic catch,
it's an offensive pass interference, Dakota, on Nichols. But my goodness, the spin move that he just put on, or as my people would tell you, the dreidel move that just happened there, Dakota, was outrageous.
And Coach Sam, losing his marbles, but
I would lose my mind.
He's having a discussion. It's going to come right back.
What a move by Maxwell Nichols.
That could have been, I don't want to say a disaster, but it could have been a slightly game-changing thing if that flag would not have happened. We go from a touchdown that cuts at the 2 scores to now the Volunteers getting backed up 10 yards.
Dakota, regardless of the penalty, you may not see a better
spin
move the rest of the year in Texas high school football than that. He just put 2 Coppell Cowboy defenders on the ground.
I'm circling it as much as I can. Number 1 wide receiver in 6A.
Oh, my gosh.
Bibbs trying to run a repeat of what just happened, and the receiver's
that's
down,
gonna be
and they're going to get a flag there.
Oh,
Flags
my
for flags.
goodness. I'm looking for the replay on the scoreboard. That was absolutely unbelievable.
That's on Lincoln Gardner for pass interference, and that's probably the biggest killer there is, you know, a 15-yard penalty and first and 25. Then you get a penalty of your own, and we're basically essentially right back to where we started. The Bowie Volunteers thought they could go further back. Not so fast, my friend. You got to go to the 46-yard line. This is where they started the drive.
Had that penalty not be called, he would have over 200 yards tonight receiving.
Bibbs running back to his left and shotgun. Receiver gets by one set of coverage there.
Good coverage right there.
And that receiver was Darian Carson, who broke through one way, but the safeties, Kenneth Gibbs was out there on the second line of coverage, and a good job there. A 2nd and 10, and the clock stops with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. It is still 47-26, advantage Cowboys.
Yeah, really good coverage there by Gibbs Jr., and not to mention, he also came up with a nice little fumble recovery tonight on a kick.
Bibbs empty backfield, 3 wide receivers stacked, and then another receiver to his right, 1 lone receiver to his left. Bibbs, he's looking Nichols' way, finds him, but tremendous coverage there on that one. And that one is going to be the credit of Cameron Chevalier Tech on the coverage.
Oh, now this isn't good. A little gingerly, Nichols getting up. He's going to be subbed out. It's good to see him get up. Maybe just the wind knocked out of him on that play. He's probably exhausted.
All these players should be.
I'm getting tired just watching this guy run routes.
There have been 73 points scored in this game, and there's still 4:16 left. In some ways, I have been tired.
Well, the one thing I don't have is how many plays have been run, but it's a lot.
3rd and 10, Bibbs to his right, rolls right. He finds the receiver wide open in midfield. The Cowboys drape him. A helmet comes off.
That helmet was taken off.
No flag in view.
No flag on that one. I mean, okay, now if you thought Coach Sam hadn't lost his mind on the last one, now he is really lost his mind.
And listen to his point. He's probably going, hey, helmets don't magically fly off.
Yes.
There's a reason why. So, you get the frustration there.
And again, like that offsides call, Dakota, I'm pretty sure I'm going to believe my own eyes. I'm pretty sure I just saw Coppell Cowboy reach in and grab that helmet off. But maybe it's just me.
Big package here, 1 wide receiver to the right to Bibbs. It's a fake handoff and an incomplete pass trying to find his receiver there. And the Cowboys, with 3:39 left, get the ball back. And David, I don't know if you know anything about me, but when my backside hits this chair, that is me saying I think this one's over.
Okay, it's good to know. Usually when my backside hits a chair, it's because I've been standing for more than 30 seconds.
That is also something that can happen to me. I've been standing the whole time. Yeah, that's the thing. Me and Tom, we're standers, but when I think the game is out of reach, and I don't know if he'll admit it or not, but he's kind of adopted it too. Like, when it looks like it's over,
that's when you sit down.
Just take a seat. Let's take a seat and let's gather ourselves. Let's gather ourselves, by the way, for the Greenleaf Roofing postgame show that's coming up. We'll go over the final stats. We'll take a look at scores around the state of Texas to wrap things up here. And we'll get you on your way as we get prepared for district in a couple weeks. Again, a bye week next week. And then it's off to Hebron for the start of the district season.
It's funny, right? As a coach, I stood so much, like most of the games, getting all my steps in. I think as I'm getting older and going to the broadcasting world here in Dakota, maybe I'm getting lazier.
And Mayer with the fake handoff. He keeps it on the RPO. He gets right at midfield for a solid gain there as he gets about 4 yards there, 2nd and 6. Yeah, I used to work very active jobs. That in my job now, it's a lot of sitting. And, I appreciated it at first, but now I'm like, golly, I've gotten kind of lazy now. All I do is sit and type and talk to people, and talking.
Yeah.
I talk to people whether it's my job or not to. It's just I can't get away from it. 2nd and 6.
I have that same problem.
3 minutes exactly left and counting down. The Cowboys are on the Bowie 49-yard line. Snap a little bit off, but the handoff to McAfee is not, and McAfee will get to about the 46-yard line.
McAfee, just such a good job. Even in a game like this, you're going to love that if you're Coach Wiley, and you're going to love that if you're his teammates. To see a guy just for every inch that he can get still pushing through. He could have easily been down 3 yards before where the ball was spotted, but just kept on getting every single bit of grass that he could.
Actually, it looked like it was Jaden George. He's back out there, so I'm going to give credit to Jaden George.
There you go.
McAfee has been a model of consistency in this game for sure. We've called his name so much, a timeout called by the Volunteers. We will take a quick timeout as well to give a shout-out to one of our other great sponsors, that being, well, Greenleaf Roofing. The next time you need any roof work done, call Greenleaf Roofing at 972-379-9109 or go online to greenleaf-roofing.com. Greenleaf Roofing, DFW's preferred roofing company and the official roofing company of Champion Sports Radio. So, you know, it's been a wacky game. That's been the thing that we've all come to this conclusion. But I think just right now, sitting here thinking about it, I would say Dylan McAfee and Jaden George as well, but McAfee, especially in the second half, probably the model of consistency and the most explosive. It has been, I would probably say, the player of the week for this team. But you can look at George, you can look obviously at Zingelman, but you know what? I'm sure Carlos Zingelman will win a bunch of player of the weeks, you know, so.
I mean, Zingelman was
come on,
pretty incredible with his rushing, but I will say that, like you said, you know, McAfee's been out there the majority of the game. He's been the model of consistency.
Carter, your time will come to get more.
Yeah, don't worry. You're only a sophomore, buddy.
Give one to McAfee. He's Sean Mayer. He's going to take off running down the left side, and it looks like he's close to the first down marker. Ref spots him there, so it should move the markers.
Well, and come on. Anytime you can get Dakota to say, you stud you, I'm just saying, like, if you're not going to give him the award after that, forget it.
You know, the worst part is, and I haven't done it really much yet. I try to give these guys, like, outside the box nicknames, like, I don't want to call you Sea Dog or, you know, whatever. Like, that's.
No, it was natural. It just came out.
That just came out.
It deserved
but here's the thing. It's not a nickname. I can't just say, and there goes Dylan, you stud. Like, I got to get him something. I got to work on my nickname game. I got to see who's got nicknames.
Well, that's why I aged myself, but instead of, you know, Dylan McAfee, Dylan McKay, you know, 90210 fame, that's why I threw that out there, but you'll come up with it. I have firm belief.
Like, okay, look, we got Diego Rodriguez. I'm not going to call him D-Rod, because if your last name is Rodriguez, it's just like stereotypical A-Rod, K-Rod, H-Rod, whatever.
Right.
You know, so you know, but no, that's something I'll have to work out in the bye week, I guess. Who knows?
Although, I will say you have a huge opportunity.
And if things weren't wild, there's a bunny on the field.
No, there's not.
There is a bunny out on the field.
Oh, boy.
He's chilling there. There he goes, taking off at the 30. He's over at the 20, to the 10, to the 5. And it's a...
Oh!
He stopped at the 1.
Oh, my God.
The bunny has been stopped at the 1.
He didn't want to get the fantasy points.
Could he go all the way? He's thinking, he cuts it back.
Oh, now he's cutting it back.
He's cutting it back to the 10. He goes back to the 8. At this point, the band is on the field. Not really.
This is, you know, just when you thought. Look, oh, here he goes.
And this is a touchdown. The bunny scores.
Oh, yes.
The bunny has scored. He is confused. He has no idea why people are cheering. It's for you. And now he's running to the band. Don't get stuck in a tuba, friend. Just stay where you're at. And he's right there with the band.
He goes underneath the stage.
There's a football game still happening. The carry there by George.
So this is so funny, right? Last week, there we are at Lake. No, I'm sorry. The first week we're out at in Forney.
Yeah.
and we see a fox after the game's over run the full 100 yards. We got foxes. We got bunnies.
This is a wildlife preservation at this point in 6A football. Someone get the fox. Someone get the hare. Let's put them together. 100-yard dash.
Listen.
And let's see. I'll call it.
Listen. The bunny wanted his moment underneath the lights.
The bunny made a couple cuts. He had elusive quickness in those feet. 2nd and 5. Again, a football game is still happening. The handoff up the middle.
I love that he stopped at the 1.
He stopped right at the 1. I'm surprised he didn't hit a high step before he scored.
You know why? You know why he stopped at the 1? Because he was waiting for
run.
No, he was waiting for you to say that he's in the Frostbank red zone.
God, man.
You missed her. He was waiting on you, Dakota.
He was in the Frostbank red zone. I missed my opportunity.
Oh, if you're not having fun, come on.
If you listen to this game back, don't worry. Tom Dewar will be back in a couple weeks, and I'll be back calling.
And I'll be long gone.
He'll
Don't
be
worry.
at Lake Highlands doing his thing.
That's right.
God, don't put us together.
Oh, man.
And this game has been wild. I mean, you know what? It was bound to happen. A rabbit, a bunny was bound to run on the field. It was bound to happen with all these points scored, all these special teams shenanigans.
It's officially a first. And the best part is now they're looking for the bunny over there.
Yeah, the bunny ran to the Coppell band.
And is underneath their platform, and now I think they're concerned for the bunny.
Under the high jump mat. That is insane stuff. Well, the band needs to get ready because they're about to perform at the end of this one. 1:05 left in this one. Really, we're throwing flags?
Oh, my God.
All right, false start. I guess you have to throw a flag there. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm having fun. I hope you are, Dakota. I hope everybody out there is.
I'm having something. I think it is fun.
It's gotta be. If you're not having fun.
There must have been something in my Diet Dr. Pepper that I got earlier at halftime.
That's right.
3rd and 7. The ball is now at the 40-yard line as the Cowboys are looking to just run the clock off at this point. The bunny will not count as the 12th man on the field. He's long gone. Running back in motion. Mayer will throw this one out to the receiver up top. It's a completion, and the clock will keep on running.
Wow.
Drew Davis on the catch.
Wow. Here you go, Dakota. Time out. Bowie.
All right. Let me just do ourselves all
You need to look to the right and see your coordinators laughing right now. Even they can't believe it was called.
Before I lose my mind, this timeout is brought to you by Bailey Orthodontics. From Invisalign to braces to early treatment for your smiles, Dr. Bailey will craft a customized treatment for each and every smile in your lovely community. Learn more about who they are and what they do by visiting CoppellOrtho.com. That's Coppell, ORTHO.com. Now, I'm not a coach. You used to be a coach in the basketball world. Do we have to call a timeout with 50 seconds?
Here's the best part of it, right? Here's what I love.
Talk to me.
Is that the coordinators, if you notice, had taken off their headphones, so they were not expecting that time.
They are probably just as confused as I am.
Well, I think the bunny took us to a new level, okay? That changed the whole dynamic of everything that we had known. Now, in fairness, okay? We talked about it again, right? All of the things you have to work on. So this could be an opportunity for coaches to say,
there you go.
Hey, it's 4th and 3, get a stop. You know, imagine this is 4th and 3, the most important game you've ever played in.
It is 4th and 3. Mayer fakes the handoff. He's going to take off to his right. He's not going to get the first down, so a mental victory there for the defense.
Yeah, and I mean, there you go. And if you're the defensive coordinator, if you're Coach Sam, you're sitting there saying, okay, you got the stop I asked you to get right there.
So the Volunteers offense will come out. There is
another cramp.
Yeah, another injured party there for the Volunteers. That is Caleb Pfeiffer, who's down there. And he will come off immediately. And the Volunteer offense will come on. It's academic at this point, 46 seconds left. They made it interesting in the third quarter, that's for sure, and we'll talk about that more and then some on the Greenleaf Roofing postgame show. We'll give you the final stats. We'll take a look what's going on around not just in the district, but all of 6A. Some really fun games going on as the Volunteer offense will come back on, I should say. Again, this is just for run the clock off and call this one out. By the way, David, that means for the 4th year in a row, ever since he became the coach of the Cowboys, Antonio Wiley, once again undefeated in pre-district play. His record remains flawless.
That's impressive. Very impressive.
What he's done for this team ever since he came on, nothing short of impactful. One more play will have to be run here as and actually it looks like that is not the case. They're going to run a play anyway. The play clock is stopped.
34-4, soon to be 35-4 is not a bad record.
Yeah, and they actually spiked the ball. So, again, to your point, and you have the coach's perspective, this is more of let's pretend like we have to drive down the field in a 2-minute drill.
Every rep, every play.
Exactly. So, Bibbs, he spiked it, 3rd and 6. He's looking downfield, looking, has some time.
And there you go.
And he finds Sunday Brown. Tell you what, these receivers for the Volunteers are going to have some really good stats.
Yes, they
especially
are.
in the second half. 5 seconds and counting. And he'll spike the ball one more time. And I would imagine this is a scenario with 2 seconds left.
I think he's going to throw it up,
Yeah, work on their Hail Mary
Why
play.
not, right? Why not?
And, hey, this gives a chance for the Coppell defense to truly work on that prevent defense.
Exactly right. Both of these teams could be at this scenario not too soon, and it's going to matter a lot more. You know, you sit there and you go, well, this game's over, non-district, all that stuff. This could be something you see later on where your season's on the line, and both teams are going to be happy that they got to go over this.
So Volunteers, one more play.
Another timeout going to be taken, it looks like. Although the Volunteers don't have a timeout, so the head linesman's about to say something.
Maybe he's thinking about dinner. Maybe go to Anamia's Tex-Mex.
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe stop at JMC McDonald's.
Just keep him away from that bunny.
I'm not going to go there. If you do anything to Bugs Bunny,
I know.
You'll make an enemy out of me.
From that bunny. They added 4 seconds to the clock is what they did.
So 6
because the clock didn't stop when he initially caught it on the first down. That's what I'm thinking.
So Bibbs, essentially the final play here, prevent defense. 4 guys for the defense at about the 15-yard line essentially. Bibbs will throw it across the sideline.
Yeah.
2 seconds left. It's caught by Antonio Burdo.
And I like this. I mean, they've done a really good job. They got it all the way down inside the 40, down to the 30. Looks like they're going to spot it right at the 34. And so let's see if they can't come up with something here at the very end. Look at this formation defensively.
4 guys at the very edge of the end zone. Bibbs, that's the horn. The game is over. Last second throw.
Oh, my goodness.
And it's an incomplete pass. And that is the end of it. Well, after a lot of drama, a lot of special teams cuckoo-ness, homecoming, a bunny. The final score, the Cowboys 47, the Volunteers 26. Boy, it's going to be an entertaining Greenleaf postgame show. And that's what we'll be back here for, the Greenleaf Roofing postgame show with stats and scores around the state. And we'll get you ready for district coming up in a couple weeks for the boys. This is Coppell Cowboy football on the UT Southwestern Cowboys Broadcast Network, Champion Sports Radio, and live streaming on Huddle.
And is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Homeowners in the DFW, listen up. Have you ever considered owning your own power by going solar? Well, my name is Dylan Olson with Infinity Solar USA. We are a locally owned and operated company to the DFW. We've helped thousands of homeowners become their own power company by going solar. We take pride in providing an amazing solar experience. Thanks to Champion Sports Radio, we've created an exclusive discount just for you. To get a free solar savings report, go ahead and give us a call at 469-868-4164. Infinity Solar USA.
As the sole provider of the Coppell High School mouthguards, Dr. Bailey and his team have been proudly perfecting and protecting Coppell smiles since 1987. From Invisalign to braces to early treatment for your little smiles, Dr. Bailey will craft a customized treatment for each and every smile in our lovely community. Learn more about who they are and what they do by visiting CoppellOrtho.com. That's Coppell, ORTHO.com. Bailey Orthodontics, proudly serving the Coppell community since 1987.
UT Southwestern is the proud sponsor of Coppell High School's First Responders Night. Along with its main campus in Dallas, UT Southwestern sees patients in Frisco, Richardson, Plano, the Park Cities, Las Colinas, Fort Worth, Redbird, and now open in Coppell. UT Southwestern is the #1 hospital in DFW, named by U.S. News and World Report. Thank you, first responders. Go Cowboys!
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management.
The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Johnson Management Company is an independent, family-owned McDonald's franchisee serving North Texas communities since 1986. At JMC, they actively support their communities through their involvement with schools, youth sports, and local charities. Your locally owned Coppell McDonald's proudly supports the Coppell Cowboys and reminds you to download the McDonald's app for all the best deals. Place your pickup order at the South Denton Tap Road location here in Coppell, or if you can't make it in, have your favorites delivered right to you. JMC McDonald's says, let's go, Big Red.
Hey, yo, student section. I'm here with your boy, Cowboy Carl, and we need to tell you something. The Mix is a party that happens every Wednesday night at Fellowship Church for all students, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. Follow at The Mix FC for all the details, and go Cowboys.
On behalf of Coppell ISD and the entire
Well, it's been an eventful one. 3 hours later, final score, Cowboys 47, the Volunteers 26. Dakota Burke here, David Zimmerman here for the Greenleaf postgame show presented by Greenleaf Roofing. Man, it was a tale of two halves. When you really think about it, the Cowboys absolutely dominated the first half. The Volunteers in the second half, 19-7. They won the second half, so if it weren't for the Cowboys just going lights out in the first half, we're looking at a different ball game, but a tale of two halves. And biggest takeaways from you in this one?
Over 800 yards of total offense tonight. Woo! I mean, you look at both teams got it done offensively. They did it in different ways. Coppell 479 yards, 300. Did I stutter? 392 yards on the ground, Dakota.
That's an average rushing game for Derrick Henry in high school.
Oh, Mike, or against the Bills. 80 yards rushing on the other end, but how about this one? 272 passing yards of the 352 total by Arlington Bowie. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, Carter Zingelman only threw 11 passes. You know why? Because he ran for 155 yards on 8 carries. Yes, math fans, that's a 19.38 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns. How about that guy, Dylan McAfee, 14 for 133, 9.5 yards, 2 TDs. Jaden George, he wasn't going to be put on the shelf, 12 for 79 and 2. And then Mayer with 25 and 5. Jaden Todd 1 for 3. On the other end, I mean, do we even need to talk about the receiving tandem? But Maxwell Nichols, Dakota, 5 for 133 and a touchdown. Kadrick Sunday Brown, 6 for 82, a touchdown of his own. Antonio Birdow, 4 for 43. Denzel Ponder, 3 for 26. And Deontay Tennyson, 2 for 15. But the biggest thing I look at this, these coaches are going to look back at this and they're going to say, you can't turn the ball over 3 times. These coaches, they each turned it over 3 times. They're going to say, we can't have all the snap issues that we had out there. We can't have the special teams issues we had. At the end of the day, you and I were speaking about this, it really looked like Coppell had taken care of their penalty issues, as you talked about from last week. But all of a sudden in the second half, as Bowie got back into this game, 7 for 87. You got to get that a little more under control. 4 for 40. But my takeaways from this is, boy, oh boy, when Coppell got it rolling, they were literally rolling up and down the field. Their defense came up with some huge stops late in the game when they needed to. And I was also very impressed by a Bowie team who I thought made some adjustments at halftime when they were down 40-7 and did a great job of coming out in the second half and forcing a couple of punts, really making some big plays. But my goodness, you talk about Gibbs, you talk about Maxwell Nichols, Sunday Brown. These guys were really, really good. Mason Nichols, sorry. And I think they could have a very nice season, this Bowie team. And I think Coppell is, as you said, they got a tough district. They've got monsters in that district. But when you got Coach Wiley now at his 35th win, 35-4, doing what he's done, they're looking like they're going to be very tough. That sophomore quarterback does not look like a sophomore.
He doesn't. He's a sophomore just by grade classification, but not by the way he handles himself. Yeah, this Bowie team, they have weapons everywhere, wide receivers, running backs. Jaden Bibbs is a heck of an athlete. Defense is solid as well. They made it interesting in the second half. Heck, they won it in the second half. But yeah, at the end of the day, the Cowboys do come up victorious 47-26. That's what matters to us. Now, David, it's time to educate you.
Ready.
This is the part of the program where, we've been here for hours. We've seen a lot of things. But I think I need a bit of a burger, if you will. It's time. Just because I'm on this side and not on that side, that doesn't mean we're not going to do a little burger report. You know the drill. 50 points or more. It's a burger fest. It started yesterday. Arlington Martin putting up 74? Are you serious? 74-47 against Mansfield. North Mesquite 55-7 against Bryan Adams. Lovejoy, a 63-19 win. And then another 63-pointer by Frisco Panther Creek against Fort Worth Southwest. And then Carrollton Ranchview. There were a lot of burgers yesterday. 57-6. Rowlett, a 70-point shutout, 70-0 against South Garland. Life Oak Cliff, 71-27. West Mesquite, 63-7, and that was just on Thursday. Aledo, we know who they are. 54-7 victory there. Allen, a 70 burger, 70-14 against Prosper Rock Hill. Then Brock against Aubrey. Those are 2 good names for if you have children. But Brock, 56-7, putting up a 50 burger there. Carrollton Creekview, 59-14 against Sunset. Scrolling down, Colleyville Heritage, 73 points, and the game's still active. Let me click here. The game's final. 73-7, a victory over the Colony in that one. Not a burger, but this is important for the district. North Crowley with a 1-point win against Denton Geyer. So, close one there. Geyer looking good even in defeat. Scrolling down through, Lake Highlands, that's your part of town.
Yeah.
52-38 against Flower Mound. It's a high-scoring affair there. Frisco with a shutout, 55-0 against Frisco Centennial. Melissa, you've been down there before.
I have.
69-0 against Frisco Memorial.
That's a burger.
It is, but we're not even at the biggest one yet. Don't worry, there's many more to go. 53-28 Mesquite Poteet against Woodrow Wilson. And then Prestonwood Christian North against Lucas Christian, 51-6. Marcus with a 52-14 win against Richardson Pierce. 61-14. South Grand Prairie putting up 61 against Mansfield Legacy. Springtown 55-0 against Kendale. Teague against Ferris 51-37. I couldn't point them out on a map, but they got the burgers nonetheless. South Lake Carroll 52-3 final. Tyler 63-0. But David,
is this the double, the triple burger? What is this?
This is the Big Mac. How about 82?
Oh!
Ponder against Gainesville. That's almost in Oklahoma for crying out loud.
I've been to Gainesville.
82-7 final.
Whoa.
That right there, card subject to change because scores happen wildly. Ponder with your Big Mac, Big Burger, whatever of the night, brought to you by JMC McDonald's.
Wow.
Go get JMC McDonald's right now. Have them delivered to you if you're feeling lazy on a Friday night. Regardless of that, JMC McDonald's says, let's go, Big Red. Woo!
Wow, well done, Dakota.
Thank you.
You're making me hungry with all those burgers.
Well, there's a lot of places to go. There's
I heard that
Anamias.
Lucas Christian score. They used to be in my district back in the day in Old Taps 3A. I know about those. That's a burger.
I know about Taps too. I went to Trinity Christian Cedar Hill.
Oh, they were also in my district
There
at
you
one
go.
point.
And then they became some other school, a charter school, and now no one really cares. You know what we
love
do?
It.
You know,
Dakota's fanning himself down. The burger. You had a hot burger.
it's a burger. It's a Big Mac. It's a bunny. Oh, my. You know what? It's been fun. A couple weeks from now, we'll be at Hebron. Tom Dewar will be back. I don't even know if he wants to be back at this point with all these shenanigans. But we will be at Hebron High School. Please join us in person if you can. If not, you know where to tune in. ChampionSportsRadio.com, or you can live stream it on Huddle as well. Tom Dewar will be back. I'll be back doing my normal shtick as per usual. That's on September 26th. Next week is a bye week. David, I appreciate you very much for filling in. Good luck to you and the Lake Highlands crew.
Thank you. And I know Philip Kern, who's in Italy right now, was already wanting pre-scouting in case we were to Lake Highlands to play Coppell again. And I got to tell you, you talked about nicknames. I got a good one for you, Dakota.
Come on.
My report to him is going to be Carter Zingelman is no CZ. He is a diamond in the rough here in Coppell.
My goodness.
There you go, buddy.
Well, Philip,
he's the real deal.
Philip, if you're listening, I'm sure he's got a mean tan over there.
Oh, bet
in the mean streets
he's
of
eating
Italy.
some great gelatos.
I bet he is. That's amore. Someone's feeding him grapes at this point. For Dakota Burke, for David Zimmerman, for all our great sponsors here at Champion Sports, we thank you very much for joining us on this homecoming night. One more time, Davis Butts the King, Kennedy Coronado the Queen. Take a knee for them as they're your homecoming king and queen. We will see you in a couple of weeks at Hebron. For now, we sign off. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your weekend. And as always, stay safe out there, friends.